Big John.
What's up, BJ?
I see you.
I'm the other BJ.
That's an awesome shirt. Love it.
Mm-hmm.
Great, this is Allie over here.
Yes. Thanks, Allie. This is your
comfy,
throne. Whenever you want to come get. This is you. That's quite a backpack.
Yeah, it's got everything in it.
Did you walk here from Europe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Testing
I
one.
broke off from that caravan down in Shula and just.
They're all let the white boy go.
Yeah, like, no, he's good. He's
It
good.
was so easy for me to get over.
You from America? I was like,
They got one look at the haircut and the shirt, and they're like, "This is great, go."
Yeah, right. Get him out of here.
get over here and go back to work.
Testing one, two. Why is
Yeah.
this must be down all the way or something?
Allie, did you see the penguin? There's a penguin.
Testing one,
There's a
two.
penguin.
And a Steve Austin, hell yeah.
Two.
What? There's a stone cold in the tree? Yes.
The rattlesnake.
My kids
Man.
thought it looked like John.
Testing.
I did
There
a
we
little
go.
wrestling.
All right, we got it. We're ready to test.
test.
Testing one, two. We're ready to test.
Followers for like a while.
Can you bring me one of those mic stands? I'm sorry.
And we got more elementary school kids in trouble for flipping each other off.
Testing one, two. Okay.
We would all stay on the monkey bars and just.
There you go. Have at it.
All right. Let's go ahead and take a seat.
Oh, yeah.
Where do you want There's a throne.
Wherever
Take the
you'd like.
throne.
Yes, we have a little blue.
Or you can like, if you wanted to, you can.
Oh yeah, I guess should I bring that over?
If you want to play it.
Yeah, sure.
Are we hot? Are we live?
We're live on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
And I'm having technical difficulties.
That was quick.
I feel.
Are you talking about the technical difficulties?
See.
What do you mean that's quick? That always happens. Oh, I haven't started recording yet. We are live, ready to test mics, but I'm not recording yet, so I'm going to go ahead and click record now.
And how
All
did
right.
you go on my too?
Oh, now.
Into that?
Okay. Hang on.
Stay in control. Oh, there you have it. Would you like something to drink?
Sure.
Water, beer, whatever.
Whatever, beer's cool.
Beer's cool, okay.
Thank you.
Mine's had lemonade. It's like tangerine and then Coors Light.
Coors Light.
Oh,
Woo!
man, after mine on heart. Let me get one of those too.
Can I have a wax hard?
Oh,
You want mine? Yeah, please.
are you saying you want Mike to be hard? Who's Mike? Does Tyler know about this?
Yeah.
Yes.
What the hell? Oh, he knows about Mike?
There was like 3 mics last night. I don't know.
You don't know which one you wanted hard. I mean,
Oh.
yeah, I know. I went there again. Wait, did Tyler just go potty?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you acoustic electric or just acoustic?
Acoustic electric.
You want to plug in?
Sure.
All right.
Did you want beer, Big John?
Yeah, Coors Light, please.
Yeah, yeah. And a koozie.
And a koozie mountain
You guys
more
are spoiled people around here.
Hey, we try to make it fun, you know. Relax.
I should have known that there would have been a Christmas tree around because I had some extra decorations I got from Tipsy Crow the other day.
You
Little
did? Oh, really?
Jim Beam mugs.
Really?
Damn
My
it.
husband played there Thursday night. Love that place. Fucking rad.
All right.
We'll love it. Love it.
Okay.
I think I
Are we on?
Coke.
No, because I just had an issue.
Oh, no.
He's like, I have to
This
do
thing
Issues?
came unplugged again. There we go. All right, so I'm going to go ahead.
Did you introduce yourself?
Soda.
No, he was in the middle of playing, and I was working, but they cut me early because of the rain.
Oh, yeah. How was the night? Oh, you worked there?
Mhm.
Oh, awesome.
All right.
Yeah, he said he was surprised
That.
that there were
So
people.
let's
it was
add-
so the weather was so bad. And
Yeah.
detours and fucking lights were out. It was.
Yeah, especially downtown, it was pretty nuts, but it was good. Again, that whole crowd, they're all liking it.
Oh, good. Good deal.
I love downtown when it's pouring rain.
Get back there. We love it. I was like, I always go and I didn't go for something.
Go ahead and plug in so I can
They're
find
really
out what
funny.
port you're in.
That's what she said.
Ah. Just so you know, we are not recording.
Ah, man, I totally missed it. Great, that's what she said. I can hear me now. That's good. And I can also hear some sweet guitar in the background, too. Nice Taylor.
You got that bumped up? Because I don't see it anywhere on my.
Yeah, I'm turned up.
Oh, it's an electric.
Acoustic electric.
Acoustic, sorry. What's the difference between an acoustic electric and an electric acoustic? Is that like the difference between
The
orange
order of
red
words.
and red
Neither
orange?
of those exist. I don't know what you're talking about. Only one of those exists. I mean, Why don't I see you? Do we have the right cable?
I have extra cake.
Oh, wait, I know what happened.
Wrong hole.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what she said. Yes, I got to get that in there.
Still not recording.
Fuck!
What did you say a bad word?
I did. I said the bad
And I
word.
missed it.
There we go.
Now you can hear it.
Yes, King of the Hill.
Nice. Nicely done.
Ain't
The
it
Green
funny?
Day version too.
What?
The Green Day
Well,
version.
Oh, nice.
They
Now
were
we
an
need a
episode.
microphone on you and headphones. So if you want to scoot over to that seat to your left,
To the hot seat.
that's
Yeah.
that'll be your hot seat. And
That's like the lukewarm kind of damp seat. So be careful.
don't be confused with Luke Bryant,
Yeah, huh?
just
Damn.
lukewarm.
You tell me, Kim. This is your house.
Well,
Well,
you know, there might be one spot or two on that.
Yeah.
what do you
You know, had a holiday party last night. There may have been a couple transients there too.
That's why you have your
I need-
Christmas tree up early, which we see.
Yes, welcome to this holiday edition of
Yes.
the Dusty Futon here in lovely Rancho Bernardo in our studio here at Kim's Condo. And to my right is Kim, Spicy Kim.
Hello.
Welcome
Thank
to your own home.
I think it's good to be here.
It is good to be back
Yeah.
here. It looks so festive in here. Can I say you decorated this place quite nicely?
Oh, thank
I
you.
think I bought like my very, very first Christmas decorations ever
Wow.
recently. Yeah. we
You're
got
all
a-
adulting and shit?
well, yeah, seriously.
Hey, can we
At-
check? Can we check the guest mic?
Oh, yeah.
We're getting there, Big John. Hey,
The world sounds so much better in headphones.
I know, doesn't it? It's so fun in headphones.
Yeah.
You take it off, you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Good night.
Smoke some weed. Give me a sign. Hit me, baby, one more time. Oh, did you listen to that? Did you watch that video? Oh my God, I remade that song. I seriously, there's a YouTube video of me doing that song.
I can't
Is
pay
it on the
attention.
Dusty Futon page? Because I am a follower.
No,
Yes.
it is not on the Dusty Futon page, unfortunately. It is
Yes.
on YouTube. So,
Well, yeah, Dusty Futon channel.
yes.
There you go.
No,
There you go.
it's not on that one, actually. It's on a different one. You have to search Big John and Hit Me Baby, and it'll come up.
Oh, I'll find it.
Yeah. We talked about that on one of our last episodes, actually. It came up again.
You just don't want to like misspell that, or you'll find like Big John hitting babies.
Yeah. That-
That could be a problem.
That would be a big
evidence.
problem.
is that video still up?
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, 2008 was a wild time. Okay?
You're right.
Yeah,
it
sure
was a
was, right?
crazy
Yeah.
year for me.
Cocaine is one hell of a drug.
Cocaine and cocaine accessories.
I like this guy. This
Let's
is great.
introduce this guy. I don't think we've properly done that yet.
No.
We've got BJ. I'm going to pronounce your name so wrong.
Let's see it.
Okay,
Let's get 3 shots. Tyler, you go first. Kim, you go
Okay,
second. Then
okay.
I'll go third.
I'm gonna say Jezbera in like the Yiddish kind of sense.
Hold on, BJ. Kim.
Can I see the spelling? Can you use it in a sentence?
I'm
Jezbera.
going to say Jezbera.
All right.
Jezbera.
Both of you guys are right because according to my grandmother, it was Jezbera because it was a Czechoslovakian name
Ha!
and it had like K's and V's and all
Yes.
sorts of stuff in it.
Couple of U's
When
and
you
a
come
pi
to America,
symbol.
they're like consonants. We don't like.
that doesn't-
All our names
Yes.
have vowels.
Yugoslavian. So I get it.
But then, yeah, so when we came over, it changed to Jezbera. And
Because that's how we Americanize shit like that.
but down in
Oh,
Chula
yeah.
Vista, it's Jezbera.
Jezbera.
And they still let you over.
Oh yeah. Neither side really wants to keep me. That's why they keep me on the edge.
Nice.
All right. So we've got BJ Jezbera or Jezbera, 6 to 1, half dozen to the other.
You got them both wrong.
He's here on the futon. He's here on the futon. Thank you for coming down here. He's going to tell us a little bit about, or show us a little bit about what he does, and we're going to help pull a little bit about what he does out of him today.
What'd you say?
Whether-
All right.
Hold it up. Saturdays are awesome.
No, so he is a singer-songwriter from Chula Vista, California, right down here in the South Bay. And he's
DOD represent.
yeah, right, like the boys from the South.
Uh,
Boom!
uh,
All right.
boom.
Not many people that know that they're actually from here.
Yeah.
And they actually practice at a studio. I don't know if it's still there or not, but San Diego Harley Davidson built them their own studio back there, as well as like a movie theater. It's a crazy spot. Buy a motorcycle from them. But anyways, POD, they got a studio back there, and that's where they perform. But not many people, you know. So, San Diego. I digress.
See,
We're
this
here
is
to
what
talk
happens.
about BJ.
Okay, BJ, let's talk about it.
My ADD is a little contagious inside.
That's
Oh,
okay.
boy.
Oh no, that's all we have here on the Dusty Futon. Nothing but ADD.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody. You can all play. Everybody.
There's only 4 people here, and you counted 5
see?
somehow.
I know.
Well, I mean, there's 5, but she's doing homework back there.
So you're going to listen to BJ today. You're going to hear some songs and go, "What the heck have I heard that before?" Well, if you've been to the Tipsy Crow, you've probably heard him because he does frequent there a lot. You have a residency there. I think you play there every first Wednesday and third Wednesday.
That's correct.
That's correct.
And every second and fourth Sunday.
Wow.
And then anytime one of the regular musicians drops out, I fill it in.
That's awesome.
Hustling. Heck yeah. So you have sort of a mix of like a folk style with your acoustic guitar, but you get a lot of influence from pop punk. It sounds like I was reading a little bit about you on your website through social media, and you have a lot of like Blink-182 influence.
That's correct.
That is correct, and I heard a little bit of that doing some but I love it. It's unique. It's it is punk rock, but it's because I come from a punk rock band, but it's not like the kind that you would normally.
1, 2, 3, 4. It's a
Yeah, no, it's much more fun.
Well, it's like that phase where like all your favorite hardcore singers and bands like break up, and then they all wear flannels, grow beards, and play acoustic guitar. I skipped that whole like growing up phase, getting old. And I was like, I'll just go to the end game. I just got acoustic guitar.
What I love so much about it too is it's such like a DIY kind of thing that he brings to it, because he does do it all by himself. He has like a delay where he does the rhythm and lead over the top of it. But it's like you can take that guitar anywhere and just plug it and play, or not even plug in, just play, and you're already a one-man band. You can take your show wherever you can on the road. You don't need a drum set or a bass player or anything.
That's the ultimate punk rock move.
Yeah.
You can insert yourself wherever.
Exactly. It's the true party band, I guess, in the true sense, because you can just insert yourself anywhere and get everybody to sing along and join in and things like that. And I really got that vibe watching my brand new all-time favorite music video, Pump the Brakes. I had so much fun watching that. You ever like watch things by yourself and you don't laugh because you're by yourself?
Isn't that watching porn?
So,
I don't laugh. I cry.
I laugh through my wiener.
You just look up different DJ videos. And that's
There you go. Yeah.
Wrong
First
BJ.
videos. I ended up here. That's
YouTube, not
That's how I
PornTube.
found BJ actually.
Pornhub?
So
No, we found him on Reverb Nation, didn't we?
Yeah.
Wasn't that? Are you on Reverb Nation, or did you submit?
I had a Reverb Nation a long time ago, and I'm sure it's out there still.
Okay. How did we
Right,
get
with
to
that?
that? Did you submit through the website?
I was introduced to you guys through my label, Manic and Vanity Records. My friend Jake Skolnick
Oh, I love Jake.
introduced us. Yeah.
Did we meet in person before now?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say, because
straight
if I I'm like, did I forget an artist?
No.
Sorry, didn't mean to. cut
no,
you
it's
off.
all right. I was like, where was I?
I don't care.
I want to hear a song. I haven't heard any of this music.
Well, I guess
when
we
we
have
can.
music, don't we?
Well, yes. Okay. Well, let's do that, and then we'll come back to Pump the Brakes in a second, because I want to talk a little bit about this.
Okay, so let's pump the brakes.
Yeah, here we go.
And-
Hey, nice segue.
Do you want to play that song? Do you want to hear that one?
Yeah, why not?
Yes, let's do that,
Yeah.
so that we can tease it afterwards and kind of describe.
This is a drinking song, so
Oh,
grab
yeah.
your beers.
Grab your beers.
Yes, it is.
My
Okay, so this is
favorite,
gonna
my
be.
favorite.
This song's called Pump the Brakes. There's a video of it on Mannequin Vanity Records. You can go watch it. Just search from there, and it's called Pump the Brakes. It's hilarious.
I know I better take it
Okay, there are
right.
my technical difficulties. And once again, I failed at play. All right.
Speaking of DIY.
Output ensemble. There we go. Input ensemble. And let's try that again, shall we?
There it is. Hey.
No face.
Rock star status all of it. This is awesome.
And it's all 100% true.
This is like punk meets country meets
Yeah.
fuck yourself.
So this is based on personal experience then?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Just another day in the life, huh?
Whoa.
Science.
Science. It's an experiment.
Gone right. No. Okay, here comes the best part. You guys ready? So, hold on.
Wait for it.
Nice harmonies.
Accordion solo!
Oh, hell yes. Oh my God, that's so punk rock.
I'm picturing you in a skirt.
Oh my
And
God.
a skirt.
Have you
Don't you mean
seen
a
it?
kilt?
A kilt, yeah.
That's Thursdays.
That's culturally insensitive, Kim.
So you guys see what I mean by that
Yes.
folk kind of influence? It's very southern, you know.
This
Like,
is rad.
I want to have my jug in a washboard,
Yeah.
and it's,
Totally.
I feel like dancing a jig.
Right?
I'm saying,
I don't even know what
cannot
that
help
is,
this. I'm
but I want to
compelled.
do
I
it.
know.
My name is Chicken Man.
I picture like Kid Rock and cut off jean shorts.
I mean, you got me in cut off khakis.
Right on. It works. It works.
Time.
I'm in love.
I love that song
That's
so
rad.
much.
That's
I
rad.
hope to have a copy of that. Is that downloadable online?
It's
You have a
absolutely
copy.
available Online.
I sent you.
and I know
it.
you guys all CDs.
What?
Yeah.
Boom! We love
In my
swag.
50-pound backpack over there.
I- that thing is
Awesome.
massive.
Care packages for you guys.
Ooh.
Yeah, I came in the door. I was like, he just walked here from Europe.
Backpacking.
Hey,
The folk and punk world teach you always be prepared. You know.
Yeah.
So,
no kidding. It wouldn't
I've got-
surprise me if you did, because
Oh.
you're super busy doing stuff. We're gonna get to that in a second, but I want to talk more about this video
Oh gosh.
for Pump the Brakes. It's great. So let me paint the picture for you guys. It starts out like setting up, and there's two gentlemen on either side of you with both monogram T-shirts, B and J. Are they?
Fancy word for electrical tape.
Yeah.
Monogram.
I was
Yeah.
thinking it was painted on their chest. Yeah.
Like at a sporting event.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what you need next time. Is
So-
body paint.
Immediately from the very first note, these two guys next to him. Which can we introduce them?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's talk. Who are they?
Those are my friends Daniel and Adam, and those are actually the guys that helped me shoot that video and all my other videos.
Oh, cool.
And they are committed.
Absolutely.
100% committed.
They
to
put
the
life and
cause,
limb on
yeah.
the line for me.
No kidding. So,
Well, life and liver, I guess.
so from the very first note, you strike. These guys crack out a knife and they start shotgunning beers. And mind you, there's 12 piled up in front of each of them.
What?
And
Coors
so,
Lights.
Coors Lights, yeah, silver bullets, the very drink that we're having here today.
Yeah.
This
Well, it's a
episode's
theme
brought
in
to
my
you.
life.
Coors.
It was just meant to be.
It's
So
not a paid
they start
sponsorship.
slamming beers, and as soon as they're done, they pick up a bottle of whiskey, also sitting with beers, and they're chasing that away just to pick up another beer and slam those back, all the while trying to hold it down. And was it Adam? Adam is singing the harmonies next to him, trying to keep it together, and he's like, "Banana, oh, is it?"
That's like drunk.
100% commitment, and they don't stop. He's just like, I'm so close, but just keep putting it in there, like finding new holes to put it in just to get it in his body.
We're going there already.
Keep going. And I
We've
was so
already been there.
surprised. I'm doing the count like,
Did you see Allie just then?
Yeah.
She's like, what? I think that's the first time I've seen her shocked by what you have to say.
oh my god. It's great. So just watch the video, Allie.
Yeah, the
And you
video
just
will make
listen
you feel that way.
to it. It is
Nice.
great. But this is the thing, like I could not stop laughing. I'm in a room by myself and I'm rolling out of my chair because these guys are just so in it. And of course, you're just waiting for the time. And they held out long enough, but
They did. Did they find
the human body is not invincible. And there's a couple of obscene outtakes, so we'll call them. It's great.
So did we get any history from BJ yet about where he came from?
Well, we are going to talk about that now. I was kind of getting into that.
Okay.
As we go.
I'm just the engineer,
being
so I'm just going to shut up.
Such a busy guy. So
Hashtag shut up, Harlan.
so not only, I mean, you're basically at the Tilted Crow or the Twist.
Tilted Crow. The Tipsy Kilt,
The tilted-
whatever.
Yeah, exactly. The Tipsy Crow pretty much every other waking minute of the day. But somehow you managed to squeeze in 5 years of teaching kids free guitar lessons at elementary schools
Yep.
out in Chula Vista.
That's awesome.
Pretty fun, but unfortunately, those days are over.
You're
Well,
too
it
busy
doesn't
for that
matter.
now?
I have to salute you and thank you for your service to the cause and keeping the music alive and teaching kids because those stuffs are getting cut from schools.
I
And
wish
they
I
need
could
to go.
continue doing it, but unfortunately, the situation. It was never like an issue
Yeah.
with the kids or what I was doing. It's always, the job. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Hopefully one
can't
day
work,
maybe
yeah.
you'll see one of those kids come up and one day you'll turn on the TV and there he was.
So it was actually through the YMCA that I was doing it, and I was working at the YMCA for a few years before that, doing after-school care.
Mm.
So some of the kindergartners that I started with are now like getting into their senior years of high school.
Wow.
And
How old are you?
watching
You're
my
like
kids grow
17.
up.
What the
He's like 24.
What, were you 12 when you started
Yeah.
teaching the kindergartners?
Yes. Yeah, I was one of them.
Okay, yeah.
You're a little
It's a self-teaching
prodigy.
program.
I haven't incarnated into this body yet. I was in another form. Yeah. Anyway, so you taught kids school.
That's awesome.
The Hogwarts at the Irene.
What?
Oh, really?
So I take it you're also a little bit of a nerd.
Oh,
Somewhere buried deep down in there in that
He's
Cats
got a-
t-shirt.
I'm about to say he's got a pirate kit.
Oh, shit. Allie's going to leave me. For doing that.
you haven't even heard the Star Wars
She's
yet.
drunk.
Oh, no, he said the
Oh, my
S word! Oh, digress. This episode just left music. We're not going to talk about that anymore.
Well, no, I'm sure if
We're
you
gonna
say
talk
Star
about
Wars,
Star
he's gonna.
Wars. Yes.
No,
Not very
that's
well.
the topic we want to be on.
And what about the accordion? Was that you? Who came in on that?
Yeah. Who was that?
That was my friend Robin Whitehouse, the guy that helped me record all that stuff. So even though it's DIY, because it is very DIY, I wouldn't be able to do it without all these people around me. So
Did he record on that accordion that you used in the video?
no, that one we bought from the swap meet, and it doesn't even really play. That was movie magic right there.
Yeah, he made a valiant
I want to
effort.
touch on something real quick that you just said. DIY. In this case, it doesn't mean you have to do everything yourself, especially as a musician. You do have to have people in your corner, helping you get through that. Like someone helping you learn how to record things, how to actually work in the studio and get things down properly. Like musicians, you don't know that all yourself. So it takes having that team.
It's a trade, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trades
Oh, yeah.
have to be learned and passed down and taught.
Yep.
And you can't just, you can just jump in, and I guess that's what makes music so great. But that was not the path I took.
Yeah. If you want to progress, you got to have people review and help the entire process while you're along your path. And I'm done.
No, it's totally fine. It's totally fine. Wow. So
Have you always been into music?
I've always been kind of into music, but when I was a little younger, I was more of an actor. I started stage acting when I was 8 years old.
really,
And I went all the way through high school. I acted at the Old Globe and the
Wow.
Playhouse, San Diego Repertory Theater.
what's
Are you a
some of the-
thespian?
I am a registered thespian, yeah.
You have to register for that.
So that's illegal.
Do you have to tell your next door neighbors, like when you move in, like as
Yeah.
a thespian?
Sorry,
you
I'm an
know,
idiot.
you have
It
to
was
sign
really
this
awkward
form.
coming out to my dad.
I'm a member of the International Thespian Society. I am too. I'm a lifelong member as well. I signed up in high school.
Yep, I got a card and a candle and a mask.
Yeah, I just got the card. Oh, we got another
We
fellow
got
thespian.
3 thespians.
Your
in there?
girlfriend's a thespian.
If I knew you were only into chicks, I wouldn't be wasting my time.
No, thespian.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
all right.
That's
So it's okay. So Harry Potter Fest, you know Star Wars songs, you love Star Wars. We're going to talk more about that later, I promise. You also played at a couple of anime conventions.
Yes,
Is
I
that
did.
right?
as Drunk Batman.
What?
I like you all did
What?
beer themed.
I think everything around you is alcohol
The liquor,
related.
Okay, give us a
I
little
told you,
bit.
there's a little bit of a theme here.
Okay.
Give us
Okay.
a Drunk Batman. I want to hear a little bit of this inebriated Bruce Wayne.
Oh, well, it wasn't even much of a persona as much as it was, I knew there was an anime convention and it was very low key. Like, it was in I forget what the airport hotel was, but the first one was down here in the San Diego, I think like Sheraton or something.
Yeah.
And we'd taken over like this whole big section of the hotel, and a block of the hotel was like just the people at the convention staying there overnight.
Oh, awesome.
And since it was San Diego, I think pretty much everybody like lived around here, but
Yeah.
it was just a crazy party. I can't even discuss the illicit things that went down at that party.
Well, yeah, anime. There's a lot of really explicit stuff in like the hentai portion of that, and there's a huge fan base.
Well, that's kind of like
I mean,
the
porn.
furries
There's always a
too.
huge fan base for porn, obviously.
Oh, it was so fun.
Yeah.
But
What?
so I was convinced that like everybody was dressed up, and I thought like, all right, I got dressed up too, and I didn't have like any cool like anime costumes.
Yeah.
I was like, everybody knows Batman, and I have a Batman onesie, so I wore it. It's like towel material, so the ears were all floppy.
It's all Terry Cloud.
And everybody kept calling me Drunk Batman before I even started drinking.
Oh wow.
So I walked around and looked for beer and found beer. I was like, I guess I'm just going to be Drunk Batman and embrace the lifestyle. And as I played, 2 movie quality Batmans approached the stage, didn't say a word, and I just encouraged them to have a Batman fight in front of me. So 4 or 5 minutes of my set just consisted of
Bam! Pow!
yeah.
Wow.
Well, you look like
Dang.
Batman's sock puppet. That's hilarious.
Batman sock puppet. Good one.
All right.
I'm drunk. That was the song.
Ask it. Drunk Batman, was that like before, pre-planned, premeditated, or on accident?
Yeah, so the first time totally unplanned, but then the second time they did it in LA, and it was a bigger thing, Anaheim,
Yeah.
and it was huge. Like
Did they call you and say, we want Drunk Batman back?
I knew the guy that was in charge of the music, so I just lucked my way into that one.
Nice.
But he's like, yeah, come play. We'll get you the big hall and all this stuff. Unfortunately, the big hall was completely empty when I played.
Oh, no.
So big hall is only fun when there's people in
Right.
it. But regardless, I brought a DJ with me that day, and we did. I like to riff on DJs a lot when I play, but I did the BJ versus the DJ show. So he would, try to do something, and I would interrupt him, or I would say a joke and play like a clap track or something sarcastically.
Ah, nice.
Like a fun little battle on stage that like 3 people saw. But I brought the persona of Drunk Batman back, and everywhere I went, I had a case of Guinness with me. And people remembered me from the first one and like taking pictures with me.
Perfect.
Nice.
I am the nitrous.
Yeah.
Get it?
Dark
Get
Knight.
it?
Oh, that is too bad.
Wow. So, just an idea. You should totally bring Drunk Batman on as like an opening act for yourself.
Totally.
All right, stay tuned. BJ's up next. And then just like kind of strip down, and everyone's going,
Sober
Wait,
up real
what?
quick.
Yeah.
Slam some Red Bulls. Uncross my eyes.
Throw some glasses,
All right. So let's get to some more music. I think
Okay.
maybe we should do another song. Think we should let BJ pick this one though.
What songs did I send you?
Well, you sent me 4, even though I asked for 3. Oh wait, no. Okay, you sent me. You
I got
sent
a
me.
clean one.
Yeah, you sent me 3, and you sent the clean one for Pump the Brakes, and I'm like,
Professional
no,
punk.
no, fuck
No, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
You could say whatever you.
Sure.
Girl.
All right, then I'm gonna play you guys some dirty shit later.
All right. We've got.
Promise?
I think this one is kind of themed around the same thing. Red Cups.
Yeah, this was the prelude to Pump the Brakes.
It's called Red Cups.
Red Cups?
It ain't no country song.
No.
No.
Is there 2 girls with it?
2 girls in a red
Is it
cup.
that kind of dirty?
It's plural.
Okay.
Red Cups.
This is Red Cups by BJ Jezbera. Awkward pause.
One of these days you'll remember that we want an intro
I
for.
had to pause for dramatic effect.
If you want that pop punk sound, that's
Yeah.
this song.
That's it.
Yeah.
I love the picking. You're really talented at that. Ish.
Thank you. Ish.
pastry things. They're like brie and nuts and stuff. I love it.
This ain't my house.
Houses.
No, hell no.
There's a little red on there.
Most of my songs are just a cry for help.
Yeah, I see that. That's okay.
I like your themes.
Are some of these songs about like a specific experience that you had, or kind of like a general experience over time, kind of put together?
This one is one of those like general experience songs, but Pump the Brakes was like an exact day and time.
Oh, wow.
It was actually the day I met my wife.
Oh, even
So,
better.
Wow.
I guess that smashing your face through a table is a way to get attention.
I
Yeah.
saved the party with that move.
Oh.
I also broke a bottle of marshmallow vodka with my face. Well, not with my face. It fell off the table when I broke it.
How are you
Nobody had to drink
still?
that,
How are you
so-
still so beautiful? I don't.
I can tell you some stories.
Maybe he was ugly and it just improved at that point. Yeah.
Facial
I don't see
reconstruction.
any scars, though.
Yeah. This face was dragged outside a moving car once.
Yep.
Wow.
Whoa.
My
Shit,
own.
I gotta hear about it.
Jesus.
Yeah, Tyler, you got to stop talking and let him talk.
Yeah, I know.
Uh-huh.
That was beautiful. Red Cups, DJ Jezbera.
Kind of says it all right there.
I wrote
Yes.
that when I was 8 years old.
What?
You've had a really tough life.
Yeah.
haven't
Right.
Let me tell you about the blues.
you? I like that. Boy, you ain't know the blues.
I love your tattoo. Is that a tape? Tape.
Oh yeah,
That is
it's
a cassette
Cassette.
self-drawn cassette.
tape.
Self-drawn.
Fantastic.
Did you do that yourself?
I didn't do it on myself, but yeah, I drew it, and then a much more talented person stuck it in me.
Ah,
What is it?
Wait,
What's the-
what?
what's the title
that's
of
what
your
she said?
Yeah, I don't know.
Sorry.
That's the music industry, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the title of your cassette tape?
It says MVR 028, which is the catalog number for my album Folk My Life.
Folk My Life. That's poetry.
So how many albums do you have?
3 so far. Well, like one full, real big, like hour-and-a-half length extravaganza album, and then 2 like shorter kind of EPs. But
Okay.
I feel like the shorter they get, the better they sound. So next one's gonna be a single, and then I'm just gonna tell people about songs from then on out.
And after then, it's going to be just 10-second little blast, right?
People will just know, like,
Yeah.
oh, there's a song out there.
Yeah. Oh, and I just heard it. That's good.
There you go.
You have an hour-long album.
You said
Yeah.
hour and a half.
Jesus, Meatloaf.
It's very meatloafy. It's very theatrical.
That's not like in the punk rock fashion.
It's a
Usually, unless there's
concept
like
album
50
making
songs.
fun of San Diego radio, so it's very
Oh,
punk
yeah.
rock.
Oh, that's easy to do.
Oh
Yes.
boy.
Ah.
Right up your alley,
Yeah,
fellas.
some of the San Diego radio scene for those who are listening in and aren't from San Diego.
Yeah.
It sucks.
San Diego radio scene is the same 3 songs over and over,
Yep.
and then about 15 minutes commercials, which will include about 8 minutes of some like random like ad for a Mexican like revolution or something.
Oh, he's talking about the X.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
talking about the X. But the other radio stations are very, very similar. And I'm telling you,
Yeah.
honestly,
I don't listen to Muse, so I don't listen to 94.9. And Rock 105.3 is cool sometimes. I like the show.
they play POD every now and then.
They
Yeah,
do.
they do.
Yeah, every other. Yeah, it's either POD or System of a Down. It's
Yeah.
one of the two.
Or Linkin
Like,
Park.
my friends too. They're a hardcore band from Chula Vista called Take Offense, and they're like big like world travelers now. I don't know how the hardcore scene gets you world traveling clout now, but it does.
In Europe, they
Wait,
still let us
yeah,
out
it's-
there.
And I'm proud of my boys because I've known them. Like I've known their guitar player since elementary school. Like we grew our mustaches together, and well, he had one when I met him in kindergarten. But the
must
rest
be
of them I met in
ecstatic.
high school. We stayed close friends. So when like they started traveling the world, it was really cool. But then one day I was just like listening to Rock 105.3, and I was like, "That sounds really good. I like this song." And I turned up, I'm like, "Wait a minute, those are my friends."
That's awesome.
Isn't that the best?
Small world.
From behind the scenes, I used to be in radio. Your assessment of 15-minute commercial breaks, there are some 7-minute commercial breaks where between the action is 7 minutes. Like from song to song is 7 minutes. It's disgusting. I can't believe it.
Well, you gotta sell that proactive.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to put the lawyer commercials out there and have 3 different car commercials in the same block for different companies.
If you want to participate for a test study,
Right.
Drive a Ford, drive a Chevy, drive a Toyota. Next commercial.
Yeah. Play nothing but the hits. Commercials from the 90s.
And now we're back to commercials.
Wow,
So,
yeah.
have you always been solo artist? Have you ever performed with other groups?
No, and I'm still currently not a solo artist, really. I started, as everybody else did, in a punk band in the garage when I was 14. And I guess that was actually the first time I recorded was that band.
Okay.
So I've got a few like Lucy's out there, but like as a solo thing, 3 albums. And I also do it in 3 different formats. So I have like a solo acoustic thing that I'll do like at bars and like restaurants where they're just like, yeah, go make some background noise. We're going to ignore you.
Yeah.
That's always so much fun.
But then if I play like bigger shows or festivals, I got 2 different versions of the band. I've got like a folk band where it's me, a bass player, and a cajon player. And then
Yeah.
a full punk band where we do electric guitar, bass, full drums. We do like Blink-182, Alkaline Trio, Green Day covers.
So you mix it up all over the time. You throw in covers. Do you do originals peppered in there as well?
Yeah, I never do all one or the other. Even if it's an original show, I still play covers.
Just there to entertain.
Yeah, it's,
Occasionally, people like to hear
I play the
this.
shit I want to hear. And it used to be,
Yeah, that's awesome.
when I first started playing music, I hated the guys with acoustic guitars playing covers. I thought it was the lamest thing ever. I was like, you're basically a DJ. You're just
And then
stealing
one
other
day-
people's music and getting paid for it. But then I was like, well, you're actually learning the songs.
Yeah.
And like, you don't always have to play Wagon Wheel and No Diggity. In fact, like, they're not on my set list anywhere. And if people ask for them, I just play like a really obscure emo song or something. But yeah, I just play what I want to hear and what I like to play. So it's both covers and originals.
Well, it seems you're a lot of fun. You've actually got another, there's a video that's about an hour long also on your Facebook page. Because, hey, surprise, he's on Facebook too. Easy to find. Go to facebook.com and search BJ Jezbera, which is spelled Jezbera. And you'll know you found it when you found the giant Calvin terrorizing his way through the neighborhood. Another thing I love about you,
Inspired the haircut.
yeah, I was going to say, you look like Calvin just grew up somehow, you know?
I didn't have a tiger, I had a bunny.
Was it live or stuffed?
Stuffed, Mr. Bunny.
Oh.
Yeah, still have him.
Clever.
I had a pencil.
Clever.
Yeah.
I had a
gamer.
stuffed pencil.
A stuffed
It
pencil.
was a toy pencil. I actually loved that thing. It was fun. I pretended that I was a lawyer
I love it.
writing
Stuffed pencils.
dispositions.
Are you talking about those things where it was kind of like the
No, it was plush.
leads with like, remember those pencils that had the leads and the capsules that you would like, oh, this one ran out, so you had to take the top one off and stick it in through the bottom.
And if you
Yeah.
lost
shut
one, that thing was useless.
Oh
Yes.
God, yeah.
It was the
We figured out a
worst
hack though.
pencil.
You get a paper clip and you can use just one. If you push it in just far enough,
It sticks. Yeah,
So
yeah,
you just gotta get that clip, you get the cartridge in, and you're loaded.
yeah.
What?
Those
Holy
no,
crap.
I actually it was a plush. Like it was a soft plush pencil.
Oh, it was just a
It
stuffed
was like a stuffed toy. It
toy
was
in
stuffed
the
animal.
shape
That
of
thing
a
ever become
pencil.
like a bat too.
Dude,
Like,
Oh yeah.
Your mom got you that from the pet store, dude.
Yeah.
I've always wondered where she got that.
it smelled like the most delicious roast beef.
I kept, yeah. I
It
think
was
had
about the
catnip
time
in
that
it
we
or something.
shaved him, we realized there was a little boy in there. And that's why he stays bald, because he has to shave himself briskly from head to toe on a daily basis.
Twice a day.
A reminder of the past. I'll drink to that.
Yeah,
Cheers.
amen. Salud. Slancha.
Gotcha.
Nostrovia.
Hey, yeah, I like
Or
that.
as you say in the American accent, nice driveway.
Oh my
I
God,
think-
this guy.
I think we just became best friends. I think that's
So
what
we
just
just become
happened.
best friends.
Are you on other social media platforms you're on?
Yeah, so I'm mostly just Facebook and Instagram. And
Probably
if I
Rejuvenation.
feel the wild hair, I'll do a Twitter every once in a while.
Oh, you know, you can connect your
Twitter's for
Instagram.
famous people. Like nobody's watching your normal fucking people. Like, nobody, not even your mom and dad, are following you on Twitter. Like Facebook, everybody's on. Like you got to be on Facebook. Like,
Yeah.
Twitter, I feel like.
Well, as long as you're 30 plus, then you're on Facebook.
Yeah.
Everybody under 30 is on something else
I
that
was
we
on
don't even know about.
MySpace, Zynga, LiveJournal,
Zynga.
all that. OG in the game here.
What about Line? Did
Yeah.
you guys Line?
I had
I
AIM.
Line.
My God.
I had AIM. I just talked to bots when my friends were off.
Oh yeah, I was on Telnet.
Nice.
So
Yes.
I was dialing into BBS's.
Do you have a Bitmoji?
I am a Bitmoji.
This guy is classic. You guys got to go out and see BJ
Oh,
when he's
yeah.
playing at the Tipsy Crow again. He's there every other Wednesday.
Or
First
have
and
me
third.
over. I'll play your living rooms.
Yeah.
Hang out on your
Yeah.
futons.
Oh.
Yeah.
I got plenty of
We
those.
got you.
He likes them dusty.
I do.
So where can people go and get a hold of you to book you?
You can, any social media, you can email me at bj.mvrbooking@gmail.com or find me at Tipsy Crow. If I'm not playing there, I'm working because I'm a host.
Oh, hey.
I do events and stuff, and we do like game night on Mondays, trivia's on Tuesdays.
Cool.
I host a mixed mic night, so we do like a musical showcase every first Wednesday of the month.
It's badass.
And anytime there's like a party, I'm the guy in charge of that. So you'll see me. If you want to find me, just come to the Tipsy Crow.
There you go.
And if you're the government, don't come to the Tipsy Crow. The check is in the mail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
IRS agent comes and says, "Oh, you'll need to give me a gift card to pay off your IRS debt."
What?
It's a Russian IRS.
I was like Russian Chinese.
Yeah, I know. It's the worst
The
accent.
IRS is using a Russian accent.
I don't know what you're talking about. Right. You got what I'm saying there, mate?
Well,
There's
according
conspiracy theories
according to Facebook, you are affiliated with the mob.
Yes.
I did read that somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm now looking towards the
Yeah.
front door. To
I don't
make
know.
sure
They
that-
they had that section that says affiliations. I was like, what does that mean? I was 18 when I made this thing, so I was like, the mob.
I took you through. It's like he's a Yakuza. He definitely.
Well, in the Jezbera line, and I don't know if I can say this or not, but I'm pretty sure because I think everybody's like gone from this era. But my great grandfather used to bootleg rum and was a mechanic for Al Capone in
Whoa.
Chicago. And so he was well connected. I guess they would reach out to my grandpa and dad a lot, who kept their noses clean, stayed away from that lifestyle. But they would always call my dad as he was growing up, like, "Hey, this is so and so's friend. Are you Frank's kid?" And this and that. Or do you need a job? Are
Yeah.
you good? I was like, "What the fuck? Where's my phone call?"
I would have said, "Hell
My
yeah!"
dad and my grandpa kept their noses clean. I would dive face first into that shit. Like,
What do you want me to run? Yeah, I'll take
I want
it.
a cool mob name, like
Mhm.
call me like BJ Fingers. Or something like that.
I want a
BJ
cool.
Fingers sounds
I
really
think your
weird.
name is a cool. Your name is a cool
It's just
mob name.
Yeah.
BJ Jezbera.
BJ the Brick. Something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
BJ the BJ.
Yes.
Wait, what?
Nah, that position blows, man.
Nah.
So the J, I gotta ask now, does the J, does that stand for Jezbera or is that a middle name?
Mm-hmm.
James?
Yes.
Yes!
No, it stands for Jezbera.
Wait, so your middle
What's your first name?
It's BJ.
his middle name is his first name is BJ, like BEEJAY. That's
Nope.
how.
No.
B.J.
Yeah.
When I was a little kid, I would fight you. Forgot the dots. Now it's kind of like,
Oh my gosh, my
Moved
brother's
on.
A.J.
yeah, when there were dots,
Now
and
there's
like
no dots
somebody
either.
put dots in my name when I was a child, like I would get in trouble for not putting the dots. I was like, other people wouldn't, so I'd take that out on you. But now as an adult, like I've grown past it. I'll just lightly razz you.
That's like when people spell my name wrong.
All the time.
They put an H.
Yeah, fuckers. Some people do it,
Johns
even though
and
they've
Sarahs,
known me
you
for
guys got a
years.
short stick.
Yeah,
True.
no.
True that.
I have I don't understand how someone could spell your name wrong if they email you.
Well, if you text and talk to, it'll always come up J-O-H.
I got a buddy named John Brown.
John Brown. Oh, that's really.
JJ.
Imagine finding him in a phone book.
Oh,
Jesus.
John Brown's. Oh boy.
What's a phone book?
It's that thing that your phone
It's that thing that you use for kids to sit up on, right?
or you
Yeah.
shoot BB guns at.
It's my
Yeah.
monitor stand.
Yeah. It's your homegrown ballistic Joe.
Basically, yeah. The first one I got, or first BB gun I got, I remember we went out in the garage and shot at a phone book, but it was a picture of like the panda that had just been born in the zoo.
Oh.
And a part of me felt really bad, but then a part of me felt really good. That fucking panda.
Right? It's the only time I'll be able to do this and get away with this.
Yeah.
Fuck you, panda.
Pandas are still endangered in my garage.
Yeah. Well, at least they're not extinct, so they're saving.
I'm not that good of a shot.
Yeah.
You didn't poke your eye out, so that's good.
Poke your eye.
There.
Shoot your eye out.
Shoot your
I poke your eye out with a bullet.
Poke.
From a 300.
At least you didn't poke your eye out with a panda.
You'll poke your eye out.
You'll shoot your eye out, Tim. Love you, hon,
I'll
but
shoot your eye.
you'll shoot your.
Did you know that Ralphie played an elf in the movie Elf
I heard
at
about
Santa's
that.
workshop? I saw that theory on the Facebooks and I investigated it.
Go and look for him because he looks exactly the same as he did when he was a kid. He just got taller.
I love memes. I learned so much from them.
Fun
Those
fact.
are gonna be like our scroll, like our Dead Sea Scrolls. You know that, right? Like 20,000 years from now, and they're like, in 2018, the wise men prophesied.
Yeah, exactly.
Memes are good. Cat has cheeseburger.
Your meme game is strong.
They're like, they developed such a strong language, and then in the 2000s,
Meme game strong with this one.
They all spoke through just, text on photos and emojis. Because you can really...
You're like, what does this even mean?
Yes. Maybe that's what it was back then. We just
It's a
advanced
picture of an
so much.
eggplant and a dripping sign. I don't.
I didn't know eggplants do that.
Yeah, I think somebody was like, everybody's very interested in watering their eggplants. I don't get it.
So was the thing.
Are you?
Yeah.
Do you get that?
A highly vegan society.
She doesn't get that one. She doesn't get that one.
What is watering an eggplant?
No,
There's a bunch of hieroglyphics on walls that look like eggplants.
Well, no, the eggplant emoji and then the dripping emoji means
Siamo
I just finished.
Oh, that. kind of thing. Okay,
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh.
When you grow up playing BJ, these are the things
Yeah,
that are on the front line to learn.
I've been going by BJ myself for many years.
You know
Big
what,
John. So
I think the best part about having the name BJ is that girls can't Google you. Good luck.
Actually, you can Google me. I'm the entire first 6 pages now.
Oh, well,
Oh, that's
Like,
BJ?
usually people Google themselves. There's like, I'm the first hit, and
Yeah.
there's like 50 other people,
Yeah.
or like something that's like recommended to you.
well, if you Google
I got a
Dustin
hair
Futon,
the other day, and I
with a
Googled.
whole
I was like, what the hell? 5 pages?
That's
nice.
awesome.
Just under BJ.
But you got to spell Jezbera, yeah. Because if you put BJ, you're gonna find 5 pages of something else.
Yeah.
I might be in there. But those are dark times.
What's great though is if you Google Dusty Futon, you'll find us and the entire page is just us.
Mhm.
That's what you should be.
And
'cause,
we
you
apologize for
Yeah.
that.
You don't want to confuse me.
No.
I made a hashtag CVBJ, and I've been using it ever since I got on social media. And every once in a while, like some jujitsu people, or there's like this mom that posts pictures of her kid. I'm like, what does that have to do with Chula Vista or BJ's? Get out of here. Get out of here. Comment on their pictures. Fuck off.
This is my hashtag.
Hey.
I should register that with T-Dubs.
If this isn't a picture of me, then
Hey, cool.
Do you guys want to listen to one more song?
Yeah. I just
Before we
Googled
finish
my
this
husband.
episode?
He's got a bunch of pages too.
Oh, hey now.
Hey.
Hey.
Well, he's got a guitar.
He got a guitar. I don't even know.
Not your husband. I'm talking about our guest.
I'll play
Reel it back in.
Not even BJ.
Let's do that. Let's do a live one.
Yeah.
Way better.
Isn't that pretty?
Yeah, I love Taylor's stuff.
Taylor's
Some of those
awesome.
songs.
Sorry. All right.
No.
Yeah, please don't give us any copyright issues here.
I don't think Beethoven.
I played Harry
copyrighted
Potter and
that.
Star Wars earlier. Good luck.
Yeah, they were clips though. We're good. We're good.
Here we go, BJ.
Well, if it makes any better, I wrote that song too.
Okay.
Yeah, this song it's a love song. I go down, I go down, something. I can tell by the waterfall. First you gotta go down on me. I don't come back. When I go down, heart attack. I can tell, be begging please. Don't you ever come back up on me. 1, 2, 3. I go down, I go down, something. I can tell by the waterfall. First you gotta go down on me. When I go down, I can tell where you go. When I go down, Before I turn you fucking crazy. First you gotta go down on me. First you gotta go down on me. First you gotta go down on me. First you gotta go down on me.
Yes.
Oh my God.
That song is called BJ Jezbera.
Yeah, it's the story of my life. But that's essentially the song.
That was awesome.
Thank you.
It was awesome.
Did you just make that up?
No, I wrote that song a couple years ago, but my friend and I turned it into like a battle rap with folk music. So Jake Skolnick of Yakovich, he and I collaborated for that song on Spotify, and it's like a competition of like who goes down better. And there's,
Oh wow.
a mandolin solo, a skit,
Oh,
the whole
Jesus.
9 yards, fireworks.
So you got to check that out. Where's that at? That's on
Yeah.
Facebook.
Spotify,
Oh, Spotify.
iTunes, YouTube,
What's it called?
Pornhub, J-Date, Black People Meet, Farmers Only,
Tinder.
Bumble, Grindr.
Grinder. Okay.
Hi,
And what's the
Adam.
name of the song?
I go down.
I Go Down.
I'm down with that. I'm down with that. Let's give a shout out to your sponsors.
Yes.
Right now.
So everybody that is awesome in my life, and as well as Clayton Picks, Steve Clayton guitar.
Oh,
picks.
hell yeah. That's where we got ours from.
Nice.
Really? Did
Yeah.
I say Futon? Is it Clayton?
We're Steve Clayton Picks is what we are.
Well,
We're not
so
sponsored by them, but
Tradesies.
there's one behind you.
Yeah.
It's on the other side.
So I don't know if you know this, but your pick people make the coolest fucking picks. And that's not it.
We can't hear you on the microphone.
Sorry.
Yeah.
All right, I'm back. Did you know they make Jason Voorhees masks?
What?
Oh my God. Yeah, those guys are
These
badass.
are the best. Here, you can take that one too.
Oh my God! You know what? You got to get one of those is for Troy from Ready Set Survive. He would
Oh,
love one of
yeah.
these.
I'll leave more
And
DJ
it
picks for you
glows.
guys too.
Oh yeah.
For the,
But this one's been used, so I get to keep it.
yeah.
It's mine.
Sweat it on and everything.
I'm gonna lick it.
I wouldn't recommend that.
You gotta
9
lick
out of
it
10 doctors
before
wouldn't
you.
be there.
Get a shot of this pick right here for those at home. Look at that.
That thing is so cool.
Jason
It
Voorhees
also,
mask.
I found out, covers your face perfectly on an ID picture.
What? So you put it in your wallet.
Your
and
eyes,
it's-
yeah, your
Oh
eyes
my
come-
God.
There's a picture on my Instagram of it.
That's badass.
Oh, good God. Okay, so go check out BJ is going to be at the Tilted Crow. The twist, yes. The
Tipsy Crow.
The Tipsy Crow.
Man,
I'm sorry.
you're fired.
Oh,
I'm gonna edit one of those down. Just
Hey,
oh,
it's been a long time since I've been fired.
That's
from this
true.
show. This used to be a recurring theme. I get fired all the time.
you were fired in season 3. I fired you every episode.
You are terminated.
What is this?
You lose. You get nothing.
Oh my God, are we watching Hogan's Heroes?
7 movies. That's
I know. I know. It's like we're a Universal commercial, you know, like the advertisement.
Oh God.
Sorry, let me sip my Coors Light.
Nice.
Nice. So Tipsy Crow. I got it right this
There we
time.
go.
Every first and
Last place.
third Wednesday and the second and fourth Sunday.
As well as you're a
It
host. there.
says Saturday. Somebody's lying to me.
Facebook.
I lie.
Okay, yeah.
Also, this
Obviously,
Monday,
you go
I'm
down a
on
lot
show
too.
In Spring Valley at the Deoro Mine Company.
Hey.
Got a touring band coming with me. They're my friends Fox and Bones.
When is
they're a
that?
folk duo. That's on Monday.
All right, this won't be aired yet.
But that will be.
Well, then you can travel to the past and you can join us at the Deoro Mine Company. And then also
1.21 gigawatts.
in the past, I'll be playing at the Harry Potter Beer Festival. This is the end of this month. That's
Yes.
Well, all of our listeners on YouTube, the 2 of them, 1 of them, oh, they're gone. Never mind.
Welcome to my world, man.
Yeah,
I do
I know.
live streams all the time.
And nobody listens.
I think my podcast has the same like 6 people listening.
Yep.
Shout
You
out
are
to those
also a
6 people.
podcaster, huh?
That's correct. The 15-minute BJ.
Oh my God! How many episodes do you have out?
I have 30.
Are you on all the platforms?
No, just YouTube. I'm really lazy.
Okay. Well, you got to pay to get everywhere else. So.
That's true. You got to pay to play, and
Mhm.
I'll pay to play when people listen. Which I'll keep it free forever. I keep it accessible, and there's a benefit. What's the word? I don't know. I'm not very good with words.
Yeah, I could tell.
Neither are we, unless you haven't noticed already.
That's why I hide behind the guitar.
That was sarcasm, really, because you obviously are good with some words. Just maybe that one missed your.
So while you're subscribing to the Dusty Futon for free on iTunes, Spotify, go ahead and go on over to the 15-minute BJ and subscribe to them as well.
Yes.
On
You know
YouTube.
you want to.
Yep.
Yes.
Everybody wants some
Everybody
15-minute BJ.
Yeah, music and guests sometimes. So.
Yeah.
I
Most times it's
imagine
me.
that has to raise a few eyebrows when you post things. The 15-minute BJ, and
Do
they're
you
like,
ever get the
let's look into
Facebook?
this.
Do you ever get it where Facebook just shuts you down?
I've
Because
never
of it?
been flagged. Well, I think I've been flagged, but like, I deserved it. But I don't flag my name or anything. No.
Oh,
Oh.
we get flagged for the music on Facebook now because we have other people's
Copyrights and
music.
stuff.
Even though we have permission to use it, Facebook still meets
Facebook
out
doesn't know
songs,
that. They're just like, hey, that's a song.
and they don't care. They don't care.
It's all because
Fucking
of
hate
Donald
There's a
Trump
video
and that
on
whole
Facebook
thing he
on YouTube that I've
signed,
been
you
trying to
know.
get down for years because I was a spiteful high schooler and I wrote a song about a girl, and unfortunately,
What's her name?
But-
Drop it.
no,
Burn, burn.
fuck, no.
Just kidding.
I'm trying to erase this. Like, I don't even want it to be out there, but it's. I've been trying to like tag the video, flag the video. I've messaged YouTube. I've done all these things. It's because I was on YouTube before YouTube got bought by Google,
Yeah.
and you could use any email address to have a YouTube account, and they did that change. And in that time, I wasn't using YouTube. So when I came back, they're like, "Well, this is just a legacy account. You can't get into it. You can't access it. You can't do anything." And I'm like, "Fuck! Take
They
this
own
picture
you.
down, please!" Like.
That's the
One day this girl is gonna grow up and have children, and if they look this up, it's gonna look so bad.
Daddy,
So,
you
like,
looked funny back then.
like, I've gotten over this, and I want it to be just gone.
Yeah.
Like at the time, it was great. It got like 600 views. Fuck yeah, but like
it's kind of over.
probably
That really
mostly
sucks.
me just going on to tag that video and be like, please.
That's like all of our MySpace accounts that none of us know the passwords for, so we
Yeah,
can't
you
erase
can't.
it.
I had some good pictures on my MySpace too. I was so pissed off.
Can we? I want to give MySpace some credit where it's due because they were there before anybody that I knew about, and also they were teaching people HTML.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like kids were learning to be computer experts and
My page was
programmers
pimp.
because they wanted their shit exactly to be
And I had a
pimp.
music profile, and I would tag that into my personal profile.
Live
Because
wallpaper.
Yeah.
They were awesome, but Facebook was
Viruses.
easier. Whenever something
Viruses.
Yeah,
easier.
you weren't using LimeWire. Here's MySpace.
Yeah.
If you get a virus by looking up internet porn, is that considered an STD?
A virtual one, yeah, I think so.
I was gonna say virtually, yeah.
That should be a T-shirt.
Eventually, we get to the point where like people are watching like VR porn, and they'll get like some weird like eye ring or
Did you
something.
hear-
I got
Did you hear
pink
about-
eye.
Yeah.
I was okay. So I was in the Navy
40.
for almost 15 years, and there was a story about a sailor who came back to his wife who had given birth to they were white. He'd given birth to a black baby, like a mixed baby, right? And she claimed that she got pregnant watching porn, 3D porn. And her husband, the fucking moron sailor, believed her, and they fought. Like they actually tried to sue a porn company. And yeah, she believed her lies so much.
Well, there are flat earthers out there.
Yes, there are.
He was
Yeah,
immaculate.
Yeah, it was an immaculate
Wow.
pornception.
Wow.
There's a book with that twist out there somewhere.
I'm sure. There's
Hey, shut up, everybody. Just kidding.
a-
It was.
Got something to say.
Yeah, exactly. No, there was just an awkward pause, and I had to feel like a nice shock value way to bring us out.
Oh.
So anyway, I think it's time. We are running out of time. We got to close this
And we're running out
episode.
of time.
Can we close this episode out with one more song?
yes,
Yes.
I've got one more song.
Let's do that. I want to hear that. And what's the song called?
It's a matter of time.
A Matter of Time. Introduce the song for us. What's this one about?
Getting people's attention, basically. I like to
Like putting your heads through tape.
I like to razz
Meeting
people
wise.
in bars and stuff. Like if people aren't paying attention, they get their backs turned to me. I'll do commentaries on the backs of their heads. I'll critique their haircuts and give them ratings of 1 to 10.
Yes.
So then I wrote this song
Got a
just so I could
combination.
introduce it with, you guys aren't paying attention anyway, but here's a song about getting your attention.
I love it.
But it's heavily influenced by the Muppets.
Oh, great.
That bass. Is that an acoustic bass?
Nope. That is a custom-made bass.
Is that an acoustic
Explain.
guitar tuned down?
It's this guitar.
Yeah.
I see what you did there.
Awesome.
The floppy E.
Very presidents of the
I don't know,
United States of America
It's
style.
real custom based. My buddy Robin, who records this, his dad works for Taylor as a photographer, and he builds guitars, but he builds basses too.
Oh
He
wow!
made this badass, like almost Beatles looking bass.
Wow!
So all my albums that I've recorded with Robin are having White House basses.
Nice.
There's so many layers, and the harmonies are perfect.
Yeah, they are.
It was very,
Are the-
very
Just,
Beach Boys in that little section back there, like the way it was, and that's a great compliment, I hope, because they're masters
Beach
of
Boys are good.
producing. Yeah.
Did you do all the harmonies yourself?
Yeah.
So they're all you.
So Robin's a really good like musical person. I'm not so well. Like he helps me like find what pitch I need to sing in, and then I just stand in front of the microphone for 6 hours and scream until I get there.
There you go. Sometimes that's what it takes. Whoa! Very 90s. Whoa! Yeah, I know. I can tell.
Matter of time, and it's only a matter of time before we had to end this episode, unfortunately.
Oh.
So, BJ, again, thank you for graciously coming out.
Wait, I don't get to stay here. I got a backpack with a sleeping bag in it. I'm
Oh.
afraid.
We were hoping.
Oh yeah, Kim. By the way, we told him he could move in.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
You didn't talk to anybody else in this household about that?
Like,
No,
Oh, God.
we didn't.
I
Well,
was
the next
literally
guest is
sitting
outside.
there, like, playing guitar all the time.
So we got to wrap this one up then. In the meantime, go out to the Tipsy Crow and see BJ Jezbera perform. And you know what? Maybe one of these days, Drunk Batman will make a debut.
I don't trust Batman when I sorry.
Drunk
Da-na-na-na-na-na, Futon! Thanks for listening, everybody.
Thank you. You know, I just want to say something about Jake. He knows the MohaviSoul, Jake Schmude.
Yeah, they're on the label.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
are.
they're coming in 2
I
hours.
saw that.
Yeah.
I had a text the other day and I'm like, Jake, do you know anything about MohaviSoul? They're
Yeah,
doing
man.
a podcast, and I had no idea. He's like, yeah,
Oh,
fun.
here's-
I had no
Give
idea.
that
you
to
guys were-
Jason Pick.
Keep it.
What?
Yeah.
That's yours, though. That's yours.
I'm
Yeah,
so
I'm
sorry,
an-
Jim.
I'm an endorsed artist. So I
Look,
got all
Dad,
that
it's
shit.
We're gonna all over.
Okay.
Ah, that's BJ.
Hello.
It's an entertaining us. That's
I'm gonna do this Jason Mask theory thing here. That's hilarious. Oh my god, it is a perfect face. Oh my god, look at that.
I got a friend who actually glued it to his ID.
Oh, wow.
That is rad.
That's
That
awesome.
explains the calipers.
Yeah, I'm
people
gonna put
make
that on
up.
my
I love it. I love it.
Let's-
There's so much here right here. Sorry.
Let me cover up my number though.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah, anything you want to cover.
Hi, Doug. Sorry, I'm Big John.
No worries.
You can come in and take a seat anywhere you'd like.
Okay.
Preferably either in that chair or that chair.
Okay.
Yeah.
All my stuff.
All right, so take your time.
Yeah, I was gonna say, where's the bathroom?
Oh my God,
Coors
dude!
Lights were fast.
I held my peace so I get that nervous energy.
We just got tagged in a post about those. Blondie Blue.
Oh, that's Allie.
Oh, you the one who tagged us. That's you?
She's our
Okay.
social media expert.
I didn't know. I was cool. Perfect. Thanks. I was like, who? Somebody tagged us.
Spread around that social media.
Oh my god! I was like, sweet. And then I didn't. It wasn't even. That's the homework you were doing.
Let's do a course line.
Oh,
Yes, can I have one?
I don't know if I'm qualified to drink a tangerine lemonade.
he had balls? Then no. Sorry, did I say that?
I heard it. It
Oh,
sounds about
oh.
right, though.
Oh. I don't feel like moving right now. I'm kind of comfortable, so I apologize for that.
You don't need to move.
I'm broken all the time.
Take your hands up.
Doug, pleasure to meet you, man.
Yeah, likewise. I tried to get here a little early, and I ended up getting here right on time.
Well, that's a preferred method because we have we're tight scheduled it.
Yeah, be
I
interrupted.
noticed he looked at me bitterly when you said that because I did not show up on time. He was like, "Yeah, you see that, Tyler?
Yep.
Just so see."
Well, there's one
Show
episode
up
where
on
you
early.
showed up 5 minutes late for it.
Yeah, I love listening to that episode after the fact and finally hearing like what led up to me showing up and
Yeah.
going, "Hey!"
And I pieced that one together to make it that clean because before, otherwise, it wasn't quite that clean. I had to edit certain things out to make
There are a lot of pause for dramatic effects.
Yeah, pretty much. We get those a
Quote
lot.
unquote.
We get those a lot. Oh man, I'm already tired, and you're only the second one.
Oh, that's not a good sign. Well, we'll have to
Well, I'm always tired.
see if we can wake you up. Then.
Let's see.
I think I'm good. I think I just wanted one.
Yeah. We're ready. Get mentally prepared.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Schmude, go.
BJ, that was fun, man. Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's very fun. Thank you for having me.
Are you an acoustic electric? Or just
I do
acoustic?
have
A plug-in?
I can do a plug-in if that's whatever you prefer.
I got one. It makes it easier for me, so I don't have to set up another microphone. You are awesome, man. It was so fun talking with you. I can't wait to see you live. I'm sure it'll be a blast.
Yeah, anytime you want me back, I'll come.
You go down on us?
BJ, are you working on more stuff in the future?
Yeah.
Dude, I love this fucking CD. This is open it up. Feel it.
Oh, nice. I'll vote for the lady.
Yeah.
Alec.
Isn't that badass?
Oh, let me open it.
Should I go through this Dion?
And it's full. I didn't waste any space on that CD.
However you want.
Yeah, if it's another hour long,
If I set this on my record player, will it actually play something?
it will scratch the shit.
I gotta get one more case.
So I also found out
Do your thing, man. Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
the shiny metal part.
I wanna know where
You're
your
gonna need it. It looks like that's in between the plastic. It's not. It's actually just painted. Like there's the back is shiny metal part and then paint on top of it. So you take a taser and you put that lightning bolt that goes on it over here. It shoots off like fireworks.
Wow.
I mean, well, like the CD's a blank CD.
But you had a print kit that you just made the thing.
No, he wrote his handwritten.
So they come like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks really professional.
That was really clever of you to do that. It's like, yes, it was. I'll take credit.
Yeah, I know that.
I love how professional it looks, but it's
killer.
simple.
Yeah, I made it off the Depot.
Yeah.
Get a sponsorship there.
I know,
Good
huh?
luck with that.
Endorsement deals anywhere we can go, man.
Oh yeah. Man.
Yes,
Oh my god.
Such a pleasure talking
Yeah.
to you.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Want to hear what it sounds like?
Yeah, you should be the first Friday in January.
Okay.
I think so. I think you're going to be the first Friday in January.
Nice.
Everything we record right now is in January. We're all pre-recorded for December, and I've just got to edit.
Everybody with their pen, I forgot to bring mine.
them.
I brought the real shit.
They have, they share, do your thing.
Oh no, it's
Hers is purple.
So
Are
you
they all
guys
different
are
colors?
married with that.
we're coming up on 3 years.
Are you? Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody asked me, this is really funny. We got married.
Oh, you want some?
No, I have
We got married.
I thought so.
And that was kind of bad practice.
These have been breaking. My freaking cartridges have been breaking.
You know
We're
what
talking
happens
to know her,
sometimes?
but I don't
What
know
brand is
her
it?
really well.
Oh, they're
for being around.
Oh, okay.
But I need to get shorter batteries. What I need. Because they break in my pocket because they'll fall over when I lean.
Don't you married him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had 2 of them break. One of them
And I'm like,
almost
oh
all
my
the way down.
god.
And it was like this full. But I was
And And John was saying,
Some of
"Well,
it,
you went to
I
the
twisted
experience."
off one cartridge and
September
poured it in,
24th.
you know, and I
Well,
just
yeah.
tried to do that today on another one.
Totally.
Yeah.
You know what he was
It's the
doing
bottom,
September
the atom
24th?
might
He
be
did his
popped
fucking
off.
amp too, was replacing his amp.
That's it.
That's
$20
perfect.
Duty calls.
I go,
Yes.
I go, you know what?
$20.
Everyone's always in the doghouse.
For a whole
We
rig?
don't fucking knew the
Yeah,
date. We just
$20.
didn't remember that was the day.
So my wife and I made it really
$20.
easy. We got married on
You
our
paid
birthday.
$35 for a half.
On your birthday, both of you?
This
Our birthday's the same day, which is the day that we met, which is the song "Pump the Brakes."
They're this crazy ass party.
I was throwing a gnarly party in my back. I threw bad parties actually. I was throwing my parents' house,
Yeah.
and yeah, so
You don't feel bad.
she came with a friend of mine. They weren't like dating or anything. But
No, exactly. I go through these so quickly.
And,
Yeah, so she, yeah.
my first words to my wife.
Oh, my foot was hurting, so. And I wanted
Yeah.
to take your hand, so I'll shake your hand properly.
Then I proceeded to bring
Alright.
steak.
All it in.
Nice intro.
Sounds good.
So then we got married on our birthday in Vegas.
Oh my god, that is
Wait,
bad.
You have a joint birthday with your girlfriend?
Yeah, my wife and I have the same birthday on February 24th.
Oh my
She's
god.
a year younger than me, so it's my birthday.
October 84?
Huh?
October 84?
February 24th.
Oh, never mind. I thought you said October '84.
So it says he met his wife on their birthday because he was having a party and she was a guest. Like one of his friends had brought her, like they were just hanging out.
Cool. You don't bring girls to my party, I marry them.
What happened?
I remember that.
I'll bring my exes.
There was a sign above the door.
I'll bring my exes to your next party and you can have them.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. Oh my god.
All right, we're gonna need to jump right into this one.
Yes, we are.
He's in the bathroom right now. Have a great happy holidays and rest of your day, man.
Thank you guys for having me.
Of course.
It's very guys again.
Happy
Have fun,
holidays.
man.
I don't want to offend anybody.
They're very gentle with the beatings, but
That's right. The guy with the rubber glove is surprisingly gentle.
they're very sterile.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, it's safe.
Take care.
That's the most important thing.
All right, Doug, to the
Right,
house.
let's do this. Do something.
Alright.
Okay.
How long have you guys been doing this?
3.5, 4 years
Yep.
almost.
Yep,
Yeah.
that is correct.
Yeah,
Are we
she's
hot
been.
right now, or are we
yeah,
live?
we're recording.
Cool.
Kim Spicy's been a part of us for most of this year now, and we also have another co-host who's been with us recently, as well as another host who's joined us this year.
All right.
But yeah,
We got some headphones for you right
Right there.
Oh, there we go.
we'll have you use that microphone and those headphones, so that I don't know. That probably would be easier for your guitar to stick out to your right, right?
Well, are you left or right? Okay,
Yeah, that's better.
There we go.
A lot of work.
Nice.
Mic number one.
Nice. This is cool. Two recording sessions with an actual instrument to play in a row.
We've been having that happen lately.
I like it better.
Yes.
One, it's because the internet won't recognize it and tell you this is copyrighted material. You can't put this up and post the video.
I like it because of the personality that it brings. It shows you a little bit more of the
Well,
artist.
I was gonna get there too.
But what's also great is what we're doing now is we actually will play a pre-recorded song. I want to make sure that we play at least one pre-recorded song.
Yes,
Okay, you're the boss.
So
that's right.
I am the boss.
And what Big John wants, Big John gets.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Mhm. And today, Big John, you know what you get?
What do I get?
You get Doug Schmude.
Woo!
He's here today. Welcome to the Dusty Futon.
Is it Schmoody or Smooth?
It is Schmude. You got it right. You
Yep.
nailed
I
High
did my research, and it even says right there, pronounced like Moody.
it.
Oh.
So that's how I
You can
remember
tilt
that.
that microphone up a bit if you want.
All right, we'll do.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Just
But
manhandle this.
It is deceiving because it's spelled not like how you would really think. I would have gotten it wrong in spelling bee 100 times.
If looking at it, I would have gone Skamoody.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like there's a C in there somewhere.
So you get that a lot?
There's
Yeah.
a lot of consonants before you get to a vowel. So I get shumdy a lot. They just they
Shumdy.
think that you have.
Wow.
So
It does.
it's okay.
Right? It's just the dyslexia. It's okay. It's not-
Is that Polish?
It's German, actually.
German.
Yeah.
Same
well,
thing.
then it's yeah. At one point it was.
Yeah.
You're right about that.
Right?
Sorry. I didn't mean to bring that up
That's
again.
okay.
Here we go.
But, yeah, well, his family comes from there, but he actually comes from a little place called Red Stick. Actually, more people know it as Baton Rouge in
Ah.
Louisiana. That's what it translates into. I also looked that up. too.
Wow, you went deep on your research
Yeah.
this time. Finally,
I speak French, or at
Oh.
least 2 words.
that's what she said. We've got the sign up there.
I love it. The cue cards. Another Dusty Futon first. That's great. So, are you a Saints fan? Hey, she brought it up. We gotta ask.
I am a bit of a Saints fan. I spent a long time in Colorado,
Who dat?
so I'm a little bit more of a Broncos fan.
Oh, you should have stuck with Saints. I'm so gross.
Oh boy.
Broncos.
What a hostile environment
You
now.
served it up, and I just missed.
The only reason I like the Saints is Drew Brees.
Easy breezy. Gotta love him.
That guy, when I first started liking the Chargers, he was the quarterback.
Yes, he was.
And so
he taught Phil everything that he knows, and we get to thank their recent success to some of that. So
yes.
Let's stop thanking them and let's focus on Doug. Thank you for coming out here and sitting on the futon. And disclaimer, it wasn't really a futon. Kim didn't tell you.
That's okay. I won't
Okay.
tell anybody.
I'm glad it wasn't a deal breaker.
Hey, we just told everybody.
I hear we are in the works. Yes or
We
no?
got it.
We got it.
We got it.
We got it.
It's in
Okay.
storage. I
It's in
have
storage.
the original futon that we started on. I have it in my possession in the storage unit for the Dusty Futon. It's there.
It is the coveted futon.
It'll
It's
be
like
brought
the
out
Iron
at the next
Throne.
our next event that we do. We will be sitting on it and broadcasting.
Oh,
Yeah, we go outside.
it's like a Christmas miracle.
Yes.
It is.
Excellent.
This is a holiday edition of the Dusty Futon, in case you guys didn't know.
Jingle bells, and that's it. No copyright issues. Right, we're done. That's all.
I'm pretty sure that's a free domain song, isn't it?
I don't know. Well, it depends.
Who wrote that? Who cares? Fine.
I don't know, but we don't want to find out.
No.
Nah.
Again, let's talk about Doug.
Yeah. So you went from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, to all over the place, and you ended up in Irvine, California. Beautiful
It is
Irvine,
beautiful.
home of the Anteaters.
That is it.
But in between there, so where did you go? And why did you leave? Who are you? Yeah.
So I did move around a lot as a kid. I moved, like I said, born in Baton Rouge. I grew up mainly in Oklahoma and Texas. Spent a brief period in Connecticut, but like I said, mostly Oklahoma and Texas. I went to high school there. And then from Texas, I went to Colorado, where I went to school and spent a number of years there.
The University of Colorado in Boulder.
That's it.
My nephew went to University of the Mines.
Yeah, Colorado School of Mines. I used
Yeah.
to live in Golden, right near there.
Oh yeah.
Is that mimes? Like people don't talk and pretend they're
Like
boxers?
Town College, but a lot quieter.
Yeah, like mines in the ground. Yeah.
Whoa.
Things that blow up shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
There's
not
a college
that
for
kind of, like no, not those kind of mines, like coal mines.
Ah,
Okay.
Yeah, that kind of mine.
like
Mine,
women
mine,
digging up the past.
mine.
Got it.
So then from Colorado, I went to Tennessee. I lived in Nashville for a couple of years.
Because of music or because
Yeah, I was making a go of music out there.
So was it like you were living in Colorado and that's where you kind of pick up the guitar and learn the finesse and kind of how to do it?
I did most of. I started playing when I lived in Texas, and
Okay.
when I went to Colorado, I played a bit. And when I got out of college, I just started really getting into it and writing music.
Had the long hair, total hippie.
Yeah.
Like,
The
yeah.
hair's all gone.
Right? Oh my gosh.
I feel your pain.
There's a couple.
Feel
There's
your
a couple
pain.
still there.
I'm holding on.
Right?
Ready to sit
Graciously. Yeah. So I went to Tennessee because Nashville, I mean, that place is made of music.
That's right.
Yeah. So how is Nashville? I've only been to the airport once. That was it.
That's
Had a
your
beer,
place in
but it seemed like a really cool place. In that the country there is beautiful, but the scene is completely different. I hear it's unlike anywhere else.
Yeah, it's,
All kind of music. It's not just country.
it is. I mean,
It is all this country. That's all it is.
That's the only music.
Shut up, Tyler.
Yeah. It's band. It's like in Footloose, you know. They don't-
Yeah.
you can't dance or rock and roll. Yeah.
There's no rock and rolling in the streets.
Okay, so back
So-
to your question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
no worries. Nashville's a great place. It's like you said, it just oozes music. I mean, there's everybody you meet is doing something with music as a songwriter, as a musician, as a producer. So it's fantastic.
So-
for that.
Everywhere.
That seems like the place to be, especially somebody who grew up in Texas and learned how to play the guitar and moved through there. What brought you out here to San Diego, to Irvine?
Yeah, of all places.
Yeah.
That's so random.
Beautiful Irvine. Actually, it was a job. I quit my job and moved to Tennessee and was doing music full time for a couple of years, and just kind of got burned out on it. It wasn't really fun anymore. It was just kind of, it became work. So I said, hey, I'm gonna do something different, make a change. So got a job out in actually a guy that I met playing music in California, in Tennessee, had since moved out here and got me a job. And
Nice.
so I moved out here, my wife and I, and we've been here. Gosh, I've been here about 15 years now. So I guess longer than I lived anywhere.
You're stuck now. Yeah.
I might be.
Just like everybody else that moves down here to Southern California.
So
I'm not going back.
You can't escape it.
You can't make me dragging like fingernails in the asphalt on the way to the airport.
And then all you gotta do is remind them about the gas taxes.
Oh no, it's worth it. There's a reason we're all still here, Big
That's
John.
true. That's
Trust
true.
me.
I know. It's so pathetic, but it's so it's just.
Yeah, no, he was just holding out for the legal weed. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Come on, time.
Well, Colorado's all picked up.
Mhm.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
They showed us. They showed the rest of the country how it's done.
I think that's why my nephew's not going back to SoCal.
So what a journey you took in. I mean, took it. That's great English. Yeah.
Sure.
What a journey you've been on.
Took it a journey.
Thanks, journeys. Who inspired you to pick up the guitar?
Well, really, my brother. I have 4 older brothers, and my brother was into all kinds of old. I was like in the 80s.
You the youngest?
I'm the youngest, yeah. And there's like not much good guitar music in the 80s. I know there's exceptions, but
Hey, I'm a Megadeth fan, buddy. You watch your mouth.
yeah, there was definitely some. My brother was in college at the time and loaned me a bunch of old vinyl of classic rock, Zeppelin, and all Hendrix and J.J. Cale and John Mayall and Dylan, all that stuff. And that's really kind of what got me into it. I said, hey, I want to do that.
Did you go see them in concert and something? That was kind of like your come to Jesus moment, or was it literally just sit in front of the record
It was
player?
just listening to it, going, I want to be able to try to do that. As a kid, told my parents I want to play the guitar, and I'm like, okay, another thing.
Right.
Yeah, this is just like ballet.
Right.
I'll throw this away too.
But it stuck. This one stuck. I spent a long time hunched over the guitar in high school, trying to copy licks.
Well, certainly showed through. Your talent is very profound. I noticed I had to listen to a couple of your tracks on Reverb Nation. You had to listen to. We got you through Reverb Nation.
Excellent.
Thank you to them. Yeah.
Absolutely. And speaking of that guitar, do you think it's time to maybe hear one of these? Okay. Convenient. He's like,
Because I want to stop right after you do the intro for the song. I want to stop it and then set up the guitar and then play the song and then move on from there.
okay.
That
So
makes sense.
what is this song called? What are we playing?
We have 4 songs that he sent us. 3 looks like 3 are off of one album and one's not. Or one's off of a different album. We have Rusty Dog Tags. Is that a single?
Actually, it was off the previous CD I released a couple years ago.
Okay, and then we have Setting Fires on the Moon, My Daddy's Musket, and The Light, which are off of Burn These Pages, which is your newest album.
That's correct.
I would like our guest to choose the first song. What do you want to open up the show with?
Let's start with one right across the plate. Let's do Setting Fires on the Moon.
That's the one I was gonna pick. Yes. Yeah. So this one coming up, Setting Fires on the Moon by Doug Schmude. I have to say it like that. I'm compelled. It's
all right.
I feel like it's like love songs coming up here.
We're not recording now. Hold on.
Son of a.
I told you I have to set the guitar up.
God damn, what kind of shit diggery are you up to over there?
Can you
Okay.
strum that guitar real
These
quick?
guys.
It is one of those names that everybody has trouble with, and then once they get the hang of it, they like saying.
I do.
All right. Yeah, we're good on that. All right. So I'm going to hit record and then I'm going to play the song.
Okay.
All right. So you can set that down or keep it up, whatever you want to do. Now you saw it.
I see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, exactly. It's part of the goal. All right. So here's the song.
communication, you child. Is that you on the piano, Doug?
It is not. I do noodle on the piano, but this is not me.
Oh.
We have a theme.
It seems to be the theme lately.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah.
And I feel like, there you go. You need to have your life out right. Woo!
It's so groovy
It is. I love it.
and so easy on the ears and the soul.
I love the tone of your voice. It's really smooth.
I was gonna comment on that. How I hear your speaking voice compared to your singing voice, and it does not match up to me. I'm still
I don't
trying to
hear
do the
that.
math in my head, and I'm going cross-eyed thinking about it.
Yeah, I did. I was like, wasn't expecting that either.
But it is very unique. It almost has like that kind of. It's almost like Billy Corgan from Smashing Pumpkins, except for those like random spouts of like
Yeah.
yelling at you. You know?
Maybe on the next record, I'll randomly yell at you.
This is for
No,
time.
that's Billy's thing. Let's let him keep
Let's
that.
let him
Yeah.
keep that.
Is that like a Rod Stewart influence?
Not intentionally, but maybe.
I don't know. Do you hear that too? It's like his voice almost has that Rod Stewart.
Yeah, it's a kind of raspiness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, I've heard
Mhm.
that before.
Yeah. It just hit me. I was like, wow, that sounds like a Rod Stewart song. Sorry.
Sorry, that's cool.
Yeah, he did pretty good.
Yeah, he's all right.
I do cover If You Want My Body. Setting Fires on the Moon by Doug Schmude. You can listen to this song and many, many, many more on his Reverb Nation page. There's a ton. You've got like a million songs on there.
Not a million, but I
Okay, close.
yeah.
How long have you been putting them out for?
I released my first CD in 2003, and then it was several years, 2014, the next one, and then 17 and 18, which is pretty quick for me. So
Wow.
I started a while ago.
And right out of the gates, your first CD gets nominated for an Orange County Music Award.
It did, yeah, that was pretty cool.
Wow.
Show off.
That's like being nominated for a Grammy. You're like, oh, I didn't win, but I got nominated for a
You're
Grammy.
like, man, I wore a suit.
Oh, darn.
Yeah.
You still got the nomination, though. That's a nod to your performance.
That is true.
Or at least you're recording.
That's right. That was cool.
Where was that recorded, by the way? That was crisp.
This latest one, actually, most of it was recorded in a home studio I've been putting together for a number of years.
Wow. Host,
Um,
wow.
Yeah,
That sounds
so
really nice.
that one, let's see, just about everything. I think the drums on that one I did elsewhere, but typically almost everything's home.
So you play the drums too?
I do noodle on the drums, but that was not me. I do. There's one of the songs I think you guys have. I play some drums on, so I do.
Oh, cool.
I dabble, but I'm not much
I
of a drummer.
dabble. He dabble, and he also plays the harmonica and the mandolin and the banjo.
You know, I played the drums.
Do you?
Yeah, I played the
No,
drums.
he does not. Don't believe him for one
Oh,
second.
you just watched that video?
It's on YouTube.
Oh God, he was wanking. He wasn't even playing. It's like
He's wearing a fog hat shirt. I'm gonna give it to him.
I guess
Seriously.
I guess I'm gonna go buy a fog hat shirt. That
I
makes me a
gotta say
drummer.
though, Tyler's got the better shirt on. He's wearing one of our bands, Infinite Signal.
Yeah,
Yeah, they were our guests.
yes, they are an alumni of the Dusty Futon. They were on not that long ago. And can I say just a brief congratulations
Yes.
to
Kelly and
yes,
Eli.
Kelly and Eli.
Oh,
Actually,
yeah, they got
tied the
married.
knot. I had no idea they were even together.
I know.
Did we not talk about that
Nope.
at all?
They keep it separate.
I guess
That's
so.
like professionalism.
Working, that's really professional.
Totally
So
not that
But
way.
let's not keep
Step
going.
all
This-
over
This
Doug's
is Doug's
stuff.
episode.
I know.
I do have a question. When you play out, do you play out solo or do you play out with your band?
Mostly solo.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll do a duo with other folks, but I do the harmonica and a rack thing and the
Oh, yeah.
soundboard, and I try.
He's
to
burning the one-man band.
I see your neck
Yeah.
harness over there.
Yeah, I might do something. Like
Yeah, he's got a neck harness with the harmonica,
He's
mouth
very
harp holder, mouth harp.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. I was wondering what that thing was. It looked kind of naughty.
It
I'm
looks
not
like,
gonna lie.
it looks like some kind of retainer headgear.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
I was gonna say because I did wear headgear.
It's
Fun fact.
Oh, wow.
It was pink too. It
Oh,
wasn't fun.
super
Yeah.
nice.
My brother had a purple one. Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
I feel like they don't let you pick fun colors when you're wearing your headgear.
Do they still do that to kids? Do you still have headers?
No, they have the Invisaligns now.
Yeah, my kids have the brace. They have braces. Still does, but they just have to put bands.
See,
We're
yes,
really
there's
getting
all
off
of
topic
them.
here.
Did you have braces?
We're sticking to the format.
Well, we messed with your 4-octave range. It's ready with
You're right. Like if Barbara Streisand got rid of her nose like she wanted to, it wouldn't have been her.
Yeah,
It's the same thing with you. Yeah.
Can't do that.
Exactly.
Can't do that.
Exactly.
It's a good story anyway. I
Yeah.
don't have to use that one.
Did I hear a little slide guitar in there?
Yeah, so I do quite a bit of slide. I almost brought the resonator to do a song on that today, but I opted not to. I play quite a bit of Delta blues and slide guitar stuff too.
I've always wanted to play the slide guitar. It looks so cool. Now, do you have like the regular guitar and you play it slide, or do you have the lap?
I do both. I have a Dobro, the lap style, and I usually use like a resonator guitar for bottleneck slide. So
Nice. Very nice.
Those are cool.
Yes.
I like the
Such a
resonator
cool
guitars.
I should have brought it.
It's okay.
Literally had it. Like,
That's
Oh,
okay.
really? Did one of
Enough
those?
time. I don't know. I'm the guy that shows up with 2 guitars. It just felt wrong.
So that song, "Setting Fires on the Moon," that was on A New Century. That was your first CD.
No, that was actually on the one that just came out a couple months ago. Burn These Pages is the name of the CD.
Ah, very nice. Very nice. What was that song about? I was kind of curious. There's a lot of metaphor I feel in there.
Yeah, it's a song about like hope. You know, it's songs kind of run the gamut for me, but that one is a little more metaphorical, if you will. But it's really just about hope and dark times kind of thing. So,
Anything in specific, maybe that you're willing to talk about, or
not really with that song. There's something hidden there, but I actually got the idea for that song. I was listening to the radio and "Fire on the Mountain" was on, and the title was cut off. It just said "Fire on the MO." Fires on the moon. That's a cool metaphor.
Wow.
I'm gonna use that. So I just kind of grew from there.
taken out of context and then out of God's mouth into your ears, and here it is.
And now it's in our ears.
Yeah, no kidding. Super catchy too.
It was.
It blended together so well. It had it was like, I always compare things. I'm sorry if I do,
it's good.
but it had almost like an REM kind of feel to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as you don't compare it to something you never want to hear again.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And then he's like, I fucking hate REM.
God, it sounded like Yanni.
Whatever.
That's why I was yawning.
Yeah.
No, that was beautiful. Yeah.
How many songs are on this latest record?
There's wow, you just stumped me. I think there's
Gotcha.
It's a full.
it's a full length CD. Yeah, that's correct.
Is that typical for you, or do you like prefer the EPs, singles, or?
I've been doing the full length record. I don't know if that's I'm just a dinosaur. I don't know, but
No.
that is typical.
No.
So far.
Who taught you how to play?
I took lessons for about 6 months when I lived in Texas, and then I just kind of, like I said, I was just hooked, and I stopped taking lessons, and I just.
It's terminal. You're gonna die with that guitar.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope I die with a guitar close by.
Do you play out regularly?
I do, yeah. I try to. I play probably, I don't know, maybe 20 gigs or so, maybe 25 tops a year. Not as much as I probably should.
That's twice a month at least,
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
about
good.
right.
So
Yeah.
where are you at usually? Where do you like to go?
As far as playing out,
Yes.
I like playing at like little brew pubs is ideal. I think
Yeah.
'cause you kind of get a built-in crowd and you can bring a few folks in. I played at Board and Brew up in Irvine, or Tustin actually.
Board and Brew has music.
They do. They have tap takeovers where they take over the taps and they have breweries come in and they have a big thing. So
Oh, that sounds like
It was
fun.
fun.
That sounds like a lot of
Gotta
fun.
let us know when one of those is coming up again.
Yeah, for sure.
Take a trip to Irvine.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it is. It's tough too doing original music, and then if you play predominantly solo, it's it's the places to play start to dwindle and get lower and lower when they want to hear covers, which is cool. I do some of that, but not much.
Yeah, you must play your own stuff.
I do, yeah.
No, when you do play live, are you by yourself or do you have a backup band that comes with you?
I a little bit of both, but typically it's by myself. Usually, sometimes I'll get someone to join me on other guitar, mandolin, or something, but often it's by
Just
myself.
somebody, just somewhere random, like you.
Yeah.
You get up here.
Exactly.
You look like you could play.
Is it me or is the mandolin just recently become like a flood into singer-songwriter duo
It's
partnerships?
magical. It is a magical instrument. It sounds like magic is coming out.
Well, it's a wonderful instrument, but
Yeah.
it was huge in the early 70s, and then it like kind of faded out of music for a while, really. And then just in the last year or two, it's been exploding back into the scene.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the country upheaval really made a big
Yeah.
effect on that. The country music became really, really huge, which means, in the folk style. So you came in just at the right time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. Right?
Sales from Apple, and we'll tell that.
So what were some of your bigger influences that really led into like the style of which you play? Do you really like have one person that you
I'm certainly not one, but when I was really kind of starting to figure out what I want to do and what kind of my sound or style might be, or maybe that found me, maybe the better way to say it, but I would say I was definitely influenced a lot by like Uncle Tupelo, Sunvolt, Wilco, those kind of bands, early '90s, kind of where they combined the Americana and folk with some punk elements and rock, and I really dug that. So I think I definitely and went down that road.
Yeah.
love having guys like Schmude on Futon because it opens my eyes to the world because it makes me realize I've been living under a rock.
Right.
And I've never heard of any of these people. And I'm sitting there like going, maybe that's why I suck. Because I haven't opened my
Tyler,
ears.
no,
and my
that's not
eyes a
why.
lot
That's
more.
not
Yeah.
why. Sorry,
So,
that's
no,
not why.
I was just born that way.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
you got two left hands.
yeah. But that's the whole purpose. Is why we do this on the Futon. We bring people like Doug on to really open people's minds and get them involved out there and to show them that this format radio is not always the answer. You can get out and you can be active and you can show Doug, support him in his craft and get involved with this mate. Are we ready to do another song? Yeah.
If you want.
Do we want to do a live one?
That's up to you, man. You're the host today.
I am the
What
host.
social media platforms are you on?
Just Facebook.
Yeah.
I'm like,
It's the only one you need. Let's be honest. No.
I just want. That's part of what this is tough about music. I just want to make music. All
Yep.
the other stuff you
Yeah.
got to do, and I realize the value of it. It's tough.
It's like you're your own business, and
Yeah.
because of all this ancillary stuff you have to do, you're a full freaking corporate environment by one person.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, I got some time carved out to work
Yeah.
on music, and instead of being able to work on music, I got to go.
Do all this other
Tighten up your website.
Yeah,
Make sure your
which is-
Reverb Nation has a updated blah blah blah.
Exactly.
Make sure you've set a post to go live on this hour, this time, and blah 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 blah.
It's hard to do it by yourself, but that's how we like to do it here on the Futon. We like to do it the hard way.
Yeah, I noticed.
We do.
I noticed. I personally don't, but you guys do, so I
Well,
guess I'm
you-
stuck that way.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say he must love doing the hard way because he lives in Arizona. Fun fact.
Ah,
Yeah.
You drive out here every
every month,
every month.
every month,
Sometimes twice.
to do
sometimes
this
twice a
and
month.
more.
And put us with us knuckleheads. I love it.
Yeah. So
Like,
this
really?
truly is a passion for you.
He's
You
a
like to
little
do it the
We're
hard
okay
way.
with that.
And come
I'm a
on,
glutton for punishment.
you were trained to do it the hard way because you were in the Navy, and that's how they made you do it.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. They don't believe in anything easy in the Navy.
Mm-mm.
What do you think?
Makes people lazy.
All right, so I'm gonna go a little south of the border here.
Yay.
Orale! Vato! Yay!
We have a tendency to get overly excited here at the Dusty Futon.
So now that you're all excited, I'm gonna bring you down. So this is a tune that I wrote this past year. It's actually kind of become, I guess, more and more relevant through no fault of my own. But I read this book by a fellow named Oscar Martinez, and he's a journalist from El Salvador, and he wrote this book called The Beast or La Bestia, and it's about this train that travels through central Mexico that a lot of these migrants and folks migrating from Central America take. And it's a really, really dangerous, treacherous route with the route itself, and then the train. It runs, several days, and they strap themselves down, and folks are falling off. Anyway, it's just
Yikes.
it's a pretty somber experience, but it really struck me just the fact that what people are willing to go through to try to get to.
I complain when my coffee is cold.
Yeah, no, it is eye opening. So anyway, it's a tune called El Tren de la Muerte. Are we live?
Train of Death.
Oh, yeah. You hear it, right?
I do.
It is hot.
Let's make this happen.
Boom.
All right, let me get situated on the futon.
Yep. Get a nice little groove.
I ain't never going back to El Salvador. Kill me as soon as I cross the border. Mexico ain't far enough away from me. There are long arms and longer memories. Tonight I wait with iron struck. The sound of the beast is coming when I smell blood. Train de la muerte is coming down the tracks. And I look you in the eye and they try, but I sure don't care if you die. Nothing but a rosary, rose on my back, shoes on my feet. Here she comes down the track like a nightmare. I ain't ashamed of it, but I know enough. I'm on top of the train, time myself down, rock and sway. Train on where let's stop and realize. And I look you in the eye and try, but you sure don't care if you die. There ain't but a few wolves on this road. Nobody up there. The only thing you can trust are your prayers. Shadow of death, it's on my right and the apple on my left. Even God don't show his face round here anymore. Just a ghost most of those came before. And I know my heart's longer, but my conviction's stronger still. And I'm where to is look you in the eye, and try, but you sure don't care if you sure don't care if you die.
Beast by Doug Schmude.
That was deep.
No kidding.
I want to read
Pretty
that book.
heavy. Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. No, I was
The
amazed
train
because
of death.
the tone and the imagery that you used in the lyrics like took me there and
Yes.
put me in the place, and you just the words like only a what was it, a rope and a rosary is all I have, basically because he's tying himself to this train and all he has is
That's
just
it.
prayers and God and heading into the unknown.
Who knows?
And it makes me happy to go to work on Monday.
Yeah, right?
My life is pretty damn
It is
normal.
perspective giving.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's heavy subject.
Certainly worthy of nomination for awards.
So is
You
that
know?
off your first album?
No, that's off. That's off.
That's
one
the new
we
one.
put out. Yep, that's correct.
Has
Yeah.
that one been nominated for anything
I
yet?
got nothing. You
No.
guys want to nominate me? I'm ready.
I'm gonna nominate
Oh,
you
hell
for
yeah.
a Dusty
Let's
Futoner.
we'll follow Dusty.
We got
He gets
Dusty.
a Dusty.
Yeah,
The
I like
Dusty
it.
Awards.
We're gonna make your album nice and dusty.
Right?
It's okay.
I can see it now. Handing him this thing, it's just like this decrepit old, like here you
Yeah.
go, stapled together.
It's
It's
like
like,
a lint ball.
Right.
yeah. And then he hands himself thanks, and then he wipes his hand off on his pants.
Popsicle
afterwards.
sticks and like,
Oh, proudly hanging on my wall.
Aw. I don't know if it would stay there because it's old and dusty. It might fall off.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'm still recovering from that.
Yeah, that was, we'll lighten it up after that.
Am I breathing? I'm breathing, right?
So where can people buy your music?
Pretty much anywhere you can get music,
Yeah.
iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, CD Baby.
Bandcamp? You got a Bandcamp?
I believe I am on Bandcamp as
Nice.
well. Yeah.
I love when people are like, I think I'm on that website.
Yeah.
Well, I did one of those distribution deals where it's like,
Yeah.
they put it
They do
everywhere.
everything, yeah.
It's kinda like-
Oh, okay, all right.
That's when you say, "Oh yeah, it's just everywhere," and
Yeah.
just leave it at that. And if somebody can't
Just
find you
look.
one place, trust me, they'll look another place.
Yeah, right?
It's like,
That's true.
yeah, are you on Spotify? Can people stream
I
it?
am on Spotify.
So that's the best way to go because you can
Yeah.
find the music there, and then you can buy it through.
That's right.
Or
Yes, you
Amazon.
can.
Amazon's one of my favorite, actually.
That's easy, and you get free shipping with that.
Yes,
Oh,
unless if you're a Prime member. Yeah.
I love that.
Is Amazon sponsors?
No,
No,
we don't
no.
have sponsors here on the Dusty Futon.
It sounded.
No, we're not
No,
getting sponsors or advertisers. We're
But we
keeping
do
this
like
raw.
subscribers.
We do.
Yes.
Subscribers,
Uh-huh.
wow.
Yes. You can subscribe for free at dustyfuton.com.
Or you could go to Patreon and pay a little bit of money every
For
month.
back, yeah, behind the scenes videos that I've been making.
Support us and all of these
Yeah.
musicians that are here because we are here for them and for you guys here. So
And we're here for Doug Schmude.
and Doug Schmude too. Yes, exactly.
Badass, this guy.
So, what possesses you to where do your inspirations typically come from for the music
Oh,
part?
man. Everywhere. I kind of joke. It sounds really, really cheesy, but I kind of joke that for me anyway, songwriting is like a lifestyle. I gotta always be ready, and I'll be somewhere. I'll hear a news story, or I hear someone talking about something, or even just whatever. The way the light hits something some days.
Waiting
just
for an
kinda
incomplete
strikes
song to show up on my dashboard.
So, do you usually start off with a lyric and then make a song, music to that?
It's a little bit of both. So I have these recordings that I do. Every time I get an idea, I record it. And I used to do it with an old cassette, and then it was like one of those little personal recorders. Now it's my
Yeah.
own. But
Yeah.
then when I get a bunch of them, I burn them to a CD. So I have this archive of all these ideas, and half of them are probably horrible, but whatever. They're ideas at the time.
Right.
And sometimes I'll go back and mine those. I'll come up with an idea for a lyric or something. I'll go and I'll pair it with something I wrote previously, and so it kind of comes from all different. It's a hodgepodge, but you always kind of have it ready.
Just kind of reaching out and taking little bits and pieces from everywhere.
That's right.
Just life, man.
It's like
It is.
I got a lot of half-written songs. It's,
Yeah.
You know, may get finished and may not. It just, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
You got it. Keep chipping away.
Mhm.
Well, and never call them terrible either, because you never know. People called Bohemian Rhapsody terrible
Yeah,
when it
that's
first
true.
came out,
You never know.
and I cannot not sing along with that song when it comes on radio.
And people say Rush were terrible, That's the greatest
yeah.
band ever.
He's so biased. He
I
loves
know.
Rush. He's gonna name his kid 2112.
Yeah.
100%.
That way I don't have to get a tattoo of his name. I already got it.
Yeah, exactly.
You said he's not a drummer. He's obviously a drummer.
He wishes he was.
Neil Peart.
Yes.
He just sits there in his room and looks at pictures of Neil Peart. on
He
the
is
bed.
my god.
I
He
love
is.
you, Neil.
I keep cutting the
He's got Neil
albums.
Peart about his bed. He's got people with this. Yeah.
I bought the 2112 box set that came. It came with 5 LPs.
Did you go see his drum set when it went on tour? Because little did you know, his drum set went on tour without him.
By itself.
Yeah.
Wow.
I
That good? He did
wouldn't be surprised. He used to in the
Well, he's a
80s.
monster.
Yeah, in the 80s, he had to be lowered by crane into his drum set for some episode or for some episode.
Or they got to build it around him or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We
Neil
keep
Peart.
getting off topic with you.
They're all good topics. I like them.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah, all 3 of us suffer from major ADD, so we
Your
apologize
parents
ahead
have
of time.
tonight.
Yeah.
For sure.
I'm pretty sure.
Thanks for good podcasts.
I think so.
We'd
I
like to
think
think
so.
Mhm.
I'd like more people to think so and to subscribe, but whatever.
They will. They will. While
They
they're
will.
checking out Doug Schmude on
If you build
Reverberation.
it, they
Yes.
will come.
Yes, they will.
So did you cruise down from Irvine today?
I did, yeah.
Oh, thank you so much.
Wow. Yeah.
How long did it
Thank
take you?
you.
I stopped in Oceanside and had a beer, so it's hard to say.
Oh.
It's hard to put it all.
That's my hometown. Where'd you stop?
Bagby's.
Applebee's. Where's that?
It's the brewery right on the main drag.
Ah,
or something.
I know.
That's my hometown.
I know.
Where is that? I don't know that place.
Like the back of my hand. What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
I don't know. Somebody told me I needed to go to Bagby's, so I
Oh,
went there
right.
and had lunch and a beer.
Cool.
I know.
Hey, was it good?
It was good.
Cool.
This episode is sponsored by
Is
Bagby.
Is Amazon and, and Rush.
Jesus Christ.
So tell me more about your music, and I mean, we know where your inspirations come from, but I'm trying to think of a question to ask you and fill time at the same time. So I have no idea really what I want to ask
Where
you.
you're
So
going.
I'm hoping you'll pick something up and just start talking.
What's your social security number and mother's maiden name?
What's your favorite color?
So okay,
Do you have any children?
you picked up the
I do
guitar.
have children.
You picked up the guitar when? How old were you?
I was about 15, so.
Was it the girls thing? Oh, you had older
Was it the girl?
Yeah.
Well, there's only 2 reasons. It's either family or wanting to have a family.
Yes. You just have to go to your tail while everyone leaves,
Yeah.
Kids following in dad's footsteps, are they picking it up?
My daughter for sure is really into playing music. Actually, whenever I gig and it's somewhere that she can make it out to. Actually, both of them will come and sing with me.
That's got to be a dream.
It is so
Because
much fun.
having a daughter voice as well to accompany you with some harmonies and stuff, that's got to sound beautiful. Yeah, she's getting up.
So they're
Because I was thinking,
You cry every episode. What the hell?
they're 11-year-old twins. So
oh, really?
Oh, wow.
Twins.
yeah. So my son's been singing with me too, but my daughter's she's way into music and theater. So.
I have twins.
Boy, girl twins?
Yep.
Wow.
Just like Kim and John.
It's always a
Not
story.
me, the other John. Another John.
Oh, my husband.
Yeah, we're not
Yeah,
married.
but ours are 15.
I got
Are you
really-
looking for them? Now?
Oh, the pictures are right behind
Pictures,
us.
that's
Oh,
what I
Yeah.
like pictures.
Yeah.
Are they in the fireplace?
Oh, they're hanging in the walls, peeking in.
Gotta make sure he's not watching me.
Yeah.
I put them away.
Nothing is real.
He's gonna come out of the Christmas tree behind you, just like.
Reese, go back.
Those are like stock photos. I don't think your kids are even.
Yeah, that would even say. That's great. So, do they play the same kind of style music that you also play? Or?
No, my daughter's my son is into all kinds of stuff. My daughter's been taking piano and violin, and she's into. She loves classical music. Whenever I get in the car, she's always like, taking off my radio and putting on the classical channel.
Nice.
Wow, that's
I
like
was
a
guilty of that
parent's
too.
dream.
I know it's
And-
like,
and
yeah,
that's-
you're kind of like,
Jesus.
you know.
That means,
How did that happen?
Like, where's your desire for mumble rap? Come on.
Yeah.
God,
I know.
don't even try it. No, don't tempt
What about
them.
his son? Does he like,
He's into music, but he's just more into video games, right?
Oh, yeah, I gotcha.
That's his MO.
yeah, it doesn't change that much over the
No.
years, at least teenagers.
I
I
was playing Call of Duty last night.
Stop.
You ever play video games with them?
I do a little bit.
What's your
but,
favorite video game?
We'll do the Fortnite thing, and
Everybody's playing Fortnite except me.
I play
I'm
it
holding
too.
out.
I'm actually on Fortnite too,
Oh
so
my
you
God.
have to now.
Okay, so what's your handles then, so people can come and find you guys on Fortnite and play with you?
Reckless Zebra
That's
and
great.
Salty Hippie Joe.
Big John
These
SD.
are awesome band names. I want to use these.
My son just destroys me though. He laughs
Oh
at me. I'm
my
like the
God.
worst. I'm like aiming the wrong way and he's shooting me in the back of the head.
Oh,
It's not
yeah.
pretty.
That's like a man.
Yeah.
Oh my God. What about you, Big John? What's your handle?
Big John SD.
That's pretty clever.
John,
Big
Right.
John's D.
Yeah.
Big John's STDs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, you don't want that.
It is awfully close. Just that much.
Yeah.
Just to type
He got that a fortnight ago.
Ah.
that.
There.
After that, should we hear another song?
Yes. I think that would be
Which one do you want?
Let's do another story song that makes for interesting listening.
Is there a fun, nice Rocky one?
Yeah, we
They
got
tell
A Rocky story?
A Rocky story.
Let's
A
do,
Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Let's do the My Daddy's Musket song. So let me tell you the story behind that.
Yes,
So,
please.
There is one person left in the United States that is still getting paid pension benefits from the Civil War.
What?
And it's this woman, and she lives in North Carolina. And his dad was a Civil War vet, and he fought for actually both the Confederacy and the Union. He was originally a Confederate soldier, and then he defected and went to the Union. And then he had her, of course, when he was like 80. Yeah, gross, I know. But so she's like now.
They did. They're still swimming at that age. We don't break until we're dead.
So she's now in her 80s?
She's now in her 80s, and she still gets a check every year from the government. The other thing she gets is she still gets angry letters from the Daughters of the Confederacy calling her a traitor.
Oh my
traitor.
God.
Wow.
So
Call
anyway,
it petty
How did you
bullshit.
come across the story?
Actually, this one was a friend of mine who knows I'm a songwriter. This sounds like a song you write, and I'm like, yes, it does. I screwed with it for a while, and so the tune came out, and
No, I'm really curious. I
I
have to
know.
ask, how much is that check that she
Oh.
gets?
it's like $80 or something, $76 a month.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
nothing. But yeah, she
But it's still coming.
Still something.
paying, and,
It's like they're still paying her in like hay pennies,
yeah, she's that Confederate money.
silver certificates and things like that. Here you go. All right, it's time to do another one. What was this one called again? We digress.
It's called
but I
My
completely-
Daddy's Musket.
My Daddy's Musket. That's right. Love the name. My Daddy's Musket by Doug Schmude.
All right, just so you know, right out of this, we'll go ahead and go. It's 2:55.
Okay, that
So-
sounds great.
Yeah, out of this song, we'll go ahead and close it up.
Okay.
Got the shirt.
What were they banging on there just a second ago? Is that just like a China splash or something?
Yeah, Yeah, it's actually it's a little cheesy cymbal I have. I play the drums on this one. I played everything on this one, so that's why they sound so kind of cheesy. But that's me.
I like the sound of them. I think it suits the song.
Yeah, that was kind of the idea.
It sounds run down like a soldier in a war, you know.
I thought about redoing them, and I'm like, they work, so I'm gonna go with it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Just gotta go with it.
That's
I
awesome.
think that's a good choice.
So many elements. You're so deep. Doug Schmude, he's a thinking man.
Judging me.
Doug, I gotta admit, I'm kind of going back to that dark place again. I thought we weren't gonna go
I'm
here.
bringing it down. That's what I do.
I don't
Moody
feel-
Schmoody.
This isn't a dark song as much as it's a moody song
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
it's just kind of
But it's
it's sullen more than
Yeah.
desperation.
Okay, I can see
Even
that.
in my happy songs, people die.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
You're such an upbeat guy, Doug. Wow, that was beautiful. Excellent placement of the banjo too.
Thank you.
And that in the background there.
Kind of cool. Just adding a little color, right?
Yeah, there's lots of color in that song. There's so many layers, and you do this all by yourself, mostly. I mean,
Yeah, mostly. I do.
Yeah.
So on this record, I did almost all I produced it myself. I did get a lot of help mixing and mastering, of course, but I did all the production pretty much myself.
Who we get some help from with the mixing? Let's.
Oh man, actually, there's a lot of schmoodies out there. And,
You say the popular Schmoody that's only second behind Johnson and Smith.
I have 68 first cousins.
What?
Believe it or
Whoa.
not. One of my first cousins is married to a dude named Andrew Dunbar. He's a great mixing engineer and producer. Lives in Virginia, actually, so he helped me a lot.
Nice.
Sounds great.
He's gonna hate that I mentioned his name. He likes me. If you notice on the credits, he's some guy from Virginia.
That's rad.
I got a bunch of shit from my dad because he's like, "Why didn't you call him by his name?" I'm like, he didn't want to be called by his
But
name.
that's perfect because now it's buried treasure. People are going to
Yes.
have to go looking for that information. They're going to find it right here
That's
on
right.
Dusty
This is the
Futon.
place where it
Beautiful.
comes out.
That's right.
One thing I like about that song is it's kind of an FU song. Like
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
basically telling you're telling what she probably feels about, stop writing me damn letters. Leave me alone.
Yeah,
it's
when
not
he was saying
my
the same God
family.
judging-
Yeah.
He is the same God judging you.
Mhm.
Well, she anyway, from what I read about this her dad was a real cantankerous dude, didn't take anything from anybody, so I kind of just presumed she was the same.
Same.
Gotcha.
Cantankerous. I challenge
Wow.
both of you guys to use that again later today
Later
in a
today.
sentence.
Oh boy.
I can't take her us anywhere.
Hyphenated.
Oh my God, I owe you a high five. Brilliant.
Slap.
Doug, thank you again for coming out here and sharing your story with us, your journey. Be on the lookout for Doug Schmoody. He's going to be up in like the Orange County, Irvine scene. He's all over the place. Check him out on Reverb Nation. There's a little bit about him there. Also, buy his CD. He's got one out there already called A New Century. And there's a new one on the way. Yes?
Actually, there's the one that just came out a couple months ago.
Just came out.
On these pages.
Burn these pages. That's right. So go get those albums and go check them out in the scene. And again, I can't thank you enough for coming out here
Yeah,
to Futon.
thank you.
Schmoody. Schmude!
Thank you, Schmude.
Schmude!
All right, we're clear.
Oh, thank you. That was so much fun.
Perfect timing. And you got to go.
Thank you guys. That was
Nice
fun.
pants.
Hey guys, come on in.
Yeah.
We just finished with the last episode,
Uh-huh.
so give us a minute to break down and set up. Oh, you brought all 5 or just 4 of you?
One more coming.
Oh man, I don't know if we're gonna have a room for all of you.
Well, they can take my chair.
Yeah, that's true. You're gone now, so or this one actually.
Do you want some water?
Hello, I'm Tyler. You guys want one of these? Tyler, I'm
Oh
sorry,
sure,
I'm
yeah. That's awesome, man. Hey, thanks again for coming all the way
thank
down.
you.
to
This
the
was a
spot.
lot.
I'm glad you like it. Yeah, go ahead. You're good.
Big John and Stacey Kim are taking over?
Yes.
Does
Big
that mean
John.
we're in good hands or bad hands?
Well, I'm the owner, creator, so you're bad ends.
So
Big John's a little cantankerous, but
Nice.
you did it.
Nice.
I did a challenge him because he said cantankerous. So you guys have to use that somewhere else.
And I already used it.
I can't tanker anywhere.
Take your ass anywhere. That's what you came back with.
Gold. You are a thespian, aren't you?
Yes. I'm a thespian all over the place. I'm a lesbian there later. I got him today. Sorry.
You guys are in trouble, man. I'm sorry. You're
Okay.
probably going to be registered offenders after this episode. It's not going to be good. Sorry.
We were thinking on the drive up, like what we probably shouldn't say.
Oh, no, say that.
Get all those
All
jokes
that
out.
It's a short list.
Get those jokes out now.
Say that. Maybe I should stop. We should save this all for the mic.
Well, there are no limitations on this show. It's a podcast, so you can say whatever the fuck you want. That being said, when it comes to the music part of it, I only have 2 guitar plugins, 2 instrument plugins, and then I have only these mics that you see here.
I'm almost wondering if like we can just gather around a couple of mics.
Yeah, that's all.
We could probably do that,
I
yeah.
think that'd probably be easier. You know, like
The only issue with that would be the reverberation in the room. I'd be worried about that sound, but
I guess before we start, we could just try it. Like a couple of these 58s or something. We can just try to gather around and see how it sounds.
I wanted, like I said, are you ready?
Not Mark.
Or
That's Randy.
You're Randy. Okay, so I didn't know who I was emailing. So you guys are the heart and soul of it.
They're all. We're all our. We're the core.
Oh, okay, got it. I say so I want to play 2 of your songs first at least. So I say we go through that and then figure it out in the episode. We can move stuff around during the recording. So I want to get recording as soon as possible because we do have another person coming right at 4. So go ahead and have a seat for now. And
Would you like a beer?
me, yes. You speaking my language there, buddy.
All I got is lavender cups. You have to check in your man card.
That's fine. Yeah,
Take care.
yeah. I met them.
Did you?
They gave me this shirt. Yeah.
That's so
It's just the new album from the guy, so pretty cool. Bye. Have fun at your holiday themed pajama party.
Yeah, thanks again. Close. It's not that, but I did bring pajamas.
All right.
That's what you're all
Okay. So however you guys want to sit, I'm gonna be sitting here. Kim's gonna be sitting there, so we'll have somebody sit there, and here. Unless you guys want to all squeeze in there and one person hold a microphone. Either way.
I'll figure it out. I mean, all I got is separate out here.
Thank you. I have full control here, and he's leaving me. So there, yeah, that's perfect. We'll have you sit there. Hey, Kim, you're taking Tyler's spot now. So whenever you're ready to sit down.
Okay. Look over there. I feel
Take
like-
care, guys. Thanks again.
Thank you, Doug. Thank you. Ooh, what is this?
I don't. We have a variety. I don't know what. It is.
Okay.
Randy would know.
Hey, Randy, what'd you pour me?
What kind of beer is that?
Yeah, it's Star Wars. My mom says they're cool.
Later, buddy.
Hey, see you guys.
Have fun.
Knee
Knee deep. Knee deep gentlemen.
We're IPA fans.
I'm not, but that's good. I know I can taste an IPA from a mile away. Not literally, but.
That's a hard question, man.
All right, now that
I'm gonna sit right here.
I'll work around wherever
You
you
sit
sit
over there,
there.
and you and Jason over there.
the other wooden chair is going to be for our whatever.
Maybe we sit next to Jason again. And
No,
you
I'm
sit
here.
here.
You can
Then
sit
you
here
and Randy over there, and I
There
can
we
make
go.
eye contact with all you.
That sounds good.
I was gonna say, I just sit next to that guy in the car the whole way here.
Focus.
I can swap something with that. He stinks. Yeah. Very much so. Is there a bathroom I can use right quick?
Kim's in it right now. Spicy's in there, but it's at the end of the hall. Well, I don't know. Is it open at the end of the
Yeah, it's
hall?
open. I don't think
All right,
she's
no,
in
she's in her.
there. She's in here in the dark.
Yeah.
I know.
I can hear it. Look at you.
So how you doing today?
Same way I'm doing every day. Happy to be alive.
I get it.
Yeah.
Play on our instruments.
If you want, I mean, shit, the stand-up bass, that's going to be the biggest one to get set up.
Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've done some live streaming from my house, and we just
Literally.
get in there.
Well, we're live streaming the video
Right.
right now on YouTube, but with the audio, it's, I used to not want to have people perform
Right.
until I was able to have an instrument plug in, and now I have the instrument plug in, and it's still kind of jerry-rig things to get it, but I'm almost a perfectionist when it comes to engineering, so, but like I said, when we get recording, which we should start soon, we will, figure that out from there, so. You ready?
Yeah, ready.
All right.
Rock and roll, yo.
And we said we got one more person coming?
Supposedly. Yeah.
Allegedly, supposedly.
Well, until then.
Well, we'll just go.
Yeah,
And then
always
if
later stuff.
when they get here, we'll.
Yeah, him showing up.
Testing one, testing
one. All right. No, that's mine.
Okay.
That's all me. He got all this stuff.
It is. We'd be like, damn. And true.
Well, we don't take lightly to late souls.
Probably turn your
Oh,
phones
yeah.
off, gentlemen. Oh yes, act like you're professional.
Or just
What?
I just turned.
The email that you got is the closest to professional. Oh,
Hello.
did you print that out? Can you go
Yes,
grab that?
yes.
And we got to sign
Right
it. You
now.
can go ahead and
All
sign
right,
that
sign it
actually.
and hand it to somebody here.
Yeah, Randy wants
Give
it.
it to Randy. He's
This is
the
Randy.
Yeah.
Over there,
Randy's the guy over here that's serving up beers.
Oh, right on, Randy. My new best
Cable
friend,
to your
Randy.
left. Cord to your left.
Uh-huh.
Other left.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Doing that? We're doing this?
Well, you know what? Yeah.
You can put it behind you. It's probably
This
better.
for you guys. It's just got some info on us and there's a drop card in there,
Ooh.
download cards and
Nice.
whatnot. So.
Look at that.
Professional.
I got a stack of those for a song I did. Yeah, I actually have a song through CD Baby as well. I don't know if it's selling because I haven't seen any money. It's a really shitty recording, actually. I'm kind of embarrassed by it. I was in a group that I started a group with a friend of mine, a little duo called Paradox San Diego,
Okay.
or it was just Paradox, because she's a kind of a Christian contemporary singer, and I'm the singer-songwriter type, and a little bit more heavier alternative. So it was kind of a paradox that we met and actually worked together. And it's pretty interesting.
That's enough. Yep.
So, all right.
What do I have to do with this? Just
Keep
what
it.
do I have to do with
File it.
this spicy Kim?
Just file it.
File it.
All right.
File it away as done and done
And-
for.
Yes. So who do we have here? MohaviSoul?
MohaviSoul.
All right. This is Spicy Kim. We're going to Dusty Futon. Why don't you boys introduce yourselves and what you play?
So I'm Mark Miller. I'm
Hello,
one
Mark
of
Miller.
the main songwriters and play guitar. Orion Boucher holding down the upright bass.
Nice.
And I'm Randy Hansen, one of the other songwriters, and banging on the mandolin.
Yeah. Can you pull that closer to you a little bit, the microphone? These are 58. You got to almost swallow them in order for it to work. It's kind of gay sounding, but you know what I mean.
Kind of. Kind of like
Speaking of
totally.
which, we got
And the final member.
Fantastic intro for Jason. Jason, what?
Oh, let's
Thank you, everybody.
let's get let's get your microphone loaded up. Haven't used that one today. Which one?
1, 2, 3, 4.
That-
It's the last one. There it is.
Of course.
All right, we got it.
Bam.
All right.
Sometimes it just takes pushing the button.
So who's this?
That's what she said.
Jason?
I am Jason White. I'm the band.
And you're the one from England.
Yes, I was born in London. My father was in the military.
Across the pond.
My mum's English.
Mumsy.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I came here when I was 2 or 3. And
No accent.
But I know.
So you have dual citizenship and you're in the witness protection program?
That's a lot, huh?
That's a lot going on
That
there.
is some MohaviSoul. What's going on?
The witness protection program thing later. Yes, I do have dual
You weren't
citizenship.
supposed to mention that, Randy.
So Mark, you came all the way from West Virginia.
Yeah.
Now, when did you come to California?
I came to California about I think 16 or 17 years ago.
Okay.
I had a friend. We went to college together at Ohio University in Athens, Ohio. And every time I visited him out here in California, in San Diego, I was like, "Oh, this is where I need to be."
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So I
Can't argue with that, right?
Nope.
I just packed up. I didn't have a place to stay. Didn't have a job or anything. Moved out here. All totally worked out.
That's right.
And how did you and Randy meet then? Because Randy, you're from not San Diego, but you're from California.
LA.
LA.
Fifth generation LA.
Okay.
Right on. What part of LA?
Glendale area.
Oh,
Eagle
okay.
Rock. Yeah, it's on the east side.
Yes. Margaret.
So how did you two meet? Because you guys started this in 2012, the MohaviSoul. So how did you guys actually meet and form this thing?
So we both got in. We're both songwriters, and I had kind of not been playing music for a while, and I decided I wanted to get back into songwriting, and so I joined this meetup group, that's just like kind of cheesy, but like San Diego songwriters, and it was a super supportive group, and I met Randy there, and Catherine Beeks, who's a
Oh, we love her here.
We
Yeah.
love her.
Oh, yeah.
She's
Okay, great.
amazing.
well, she hosts The Game,
Yes.
which is a songwriter thing where you get 2 titles and you have to write a song
Right.
to his particular title. So we decided we would collaborate, but we'd have both written songs.
Oh.
So I played on
The
his
same title.
Yeah, so I played
Right.
on his song and he played on my song.
Wow.
Awesome.
And we got a great response when we performed it live. And we thought, well, we should try to get a dance around us. And the same group was doing an event at Rebecca's Coffee House
Mhm. Yeah.
in South Park, which I think is now closed.
I think so.
Yeah, I my first open mic gig was there. First time I
really?
ever played live
Such a
was there.
small,
Yeah.
small world. This is the music community here.
Yeah,
San Diego is awesome for music.
no doubt. But that Rebecca's experience, there was a house band, and both Jason and Orion played in that house band.
Huh.
And we really enjoyed their expertise on their respective instruments, and so we got them to come play with us. And ever since then, like that's how the band kicked off, pretty much.
That's super awesome. So 2012.
Yeah.
Nice. And you've been doing it ever since. Now, it's not Ryan, it's Orion.
Yeah, like the constellation.
Nice.
So, yeah,
So you have a belt on?
I do.
Nice. So that's Orion's
Today.
belt.
It is. It's not the belt. I didn't bust out my best belt.
Sorry.
Sorry about
I
that.
just-
Oh, wow.
Just don't ask him if it's a big dipper and a little.
Yeah. We all know it's a little different because he plays such a big bass.
Easy. Big instrument to hide a big instrument.
Yes.
Sorry.
So it's not like driving a big truck or
No,
lift a
not
truck.
at all.
Okay, not at all. Jason, you look like you wanted to say something.
Oh, I was just
Got
lost. Got lost.
Put you right on the spot there.
It was like 4 or 5 comments ago.
Ah, yeah, that happens sometimes. Jesus.
Kind of sure that way. Okay, I have to say one thing. Okay, I was looking at your guys' website, and I was like, oh, Mannequin Records or whatever, and I'm like,
Mannequin
oh,
Band.
yeah, man, that's what that was. So I hit my friend up, Jake, and I'm like, hey, dude, you know these fools? And he's like, hells yeah, you know. Oh, no, they're gonna be on our show. We do I'm part of the Dusty Futon. He was just like, no kidding, huh? So interestingly enough, our first guest was
BJ,
also part
yeah.
of also knew Jake. Like, what is going on?
Yeah,
From the
BJ
universe.
Jezbera.
Yeah.
You guys know we just had him on earlier. He was here a couple hours ago. So yeah,
Oh my god.
and you guys are on the same label.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
what's
Jake's
the
amazing too.
so Jake is local
Yeah.
here in San
Jake's
Diego.
cool.
So how did you guys get onto that record label?
So
Like
what-
that little rap move I was doing. What's up? How you doing? You.
He's such a tough guy.
Yeah. Boom.
So the way that worked was that when I got back into trying to perform live, I had just reached out to several venues, and Jake was booking a bunch of venues at the time. And one of my first like kind of return performances to San Diego was at Bar Dynamite.
Yeah.
Which I don't think
it's there.
I don't think that's there either.
What's going on with you, man? Everybody
Yeah.
plays like done.
Is it you or
No,
I'm pretty sure it's not.
yeah, nah.
coincidence? I think not.
But so Jake was booking Bar Dynamite, but then he was also booking like Tipsy Crow and like several other places. So he started booking me, and then once I kind of transitioned into doing this band thing, I wasn't doing like solo shows anymore. I was putting all my energy in this. And so basically he met with Randy and I was like, hey, let's bring you guys on the label. It'll add a nice like variety to what he's doing. And he used to host this festival. He may still called Gypsy Fest with all of his acts. And then he'd have some other people come in too. And I know BJ had performed there as well.
Yeah, he's funny guy.
Yeah, he's great.
So that's kind of our
that's
in
cool.
with Jake. Yeah,
Jake's great.
That's awesome. Well, you mentioned something adding variety to his label, and that is a huge thing with what you guys do because you're a 5-piece band without any percussion.
That's right.
Because you're all basically all acoustic, and so there's no backline. So if anybody's looking to book a band that's easy to show up, play, and leave, it's these guys because you guys
and they're good.
And you're good.
Want a good band?
Yeah. So speaking of that, let's listen to one of your tracks.
Yeah. What do we got?
We've got 3 different songs you guys sent me. Do you know which one you want to hear first?
Why don't we start with Hometown Blues?
That's the title track of the new album, and that just came out. Yeah, we have mics for a reason. So
you gotta really, really get up on it, man.
Here's the trick with having. Whoa! Don't break it. Here's the trick with the microphone: is if you can't hear yourself in the headphones, they can't hear you either. He's like,
I knew that was coming.
Hold on, let me check my levels here. I didn't hear you. No.
We can hear him perfectly fine, but John.
I don't know what's going on with my headphones. All right, so this is your third. There it is. That was nice.
But I'll just give you a little. I can give you a little intro. So
he's got a whole gimmick here.
Oh, really?
Oh, shit.
He's got a whole gimmick.
Well, let me first say it.
All right.
Just kidding. Go ahead.
So as you were mentioning, I'm from West Virginia.
Yeah.
Small town living, right? My dad worked, like everything in the song is true. Like my mom grew up on a farm. My dad worked in a steel mill. Like it's like dirt roads and trucks and like all the cheesy stuff that you would think about the Midwest, but it's kind of accurate. And until recently, my parents lived there, and so I would go back and visit them. And I was like, wow, it's so much different having this experience than what's going on in a big city like San Diego. So I wrote a song about it, and that's this Hometown Blues song.
And this is the title track off of your newest album released this last year.
Last year.
Yep. Hometown Blues by MohaviSoul.
Woo! Right off the bat.
Right off the bat.
Nice. Harmonica?
No. Fiddle.
Oh yeah.
The fiddle you're hearing.
Now, Mark, that's you singing, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This lick here. Yeah, that's the one, man.
Well,
now that's you, Jason, right?
That's Jason on the band.
yeah, I got super lucky there. Yeah.
Right, it only took 7 takes.
Ouch.
That's not luck. That's practice.
Exactly.
Well, he nailed it, so that was
Yeah. Yeah.
I think this is Dan, our fiddle player here.
This is actually John Mylander on fiddle on this album.
Oh.
This is not even fiddle here.
Yeah, this is Will.
No, bro.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Name
So
that
you're wrong.
music.
That's a fiddle.
Yes.
I think that's what he was alluding to.
Yes.
Right, yeah, okay.
Yeah, that kid, John Mylander, is like he's out in Nashville now. He's
Oh,
doing
really?
incredible stuff.
He's one of your special guests on the album, right?
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
We love to have him. He grew up here, and
I actually did some research.
yeah,
What do you know about that?
Oh, what do you know? Because I don't. So
No, you don't.
he's playing with Bixby and shit. I mean,
That's right. You mean Hornsby? Bruce Hornsby.
That's fun.
That is so much fun.
That's a really fun song. Now, Mark, that's your song.
Yeah.
Now, you and Randy, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You and Randy write songs together?
Well, we've all kind of started to bring songs to the band, but we don't actually write songs together. Like, I'll bring a song and get their input, but usually it's kind of the ideas already formed.
Because you have 3 lead singers in your band.
Yeah, but we're even
everybody else.
We're expanding that a little bit too. Like Jason's starting to sing more leads, and
okay,
we have a fiddle player too who also sings.
And he's the one that's not here. Dan. Dan Sankey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We would argue that we have a lot more variety because we don't actually our songs don't all start to sound alike because we've been collaborating.
Right.
So we bring it in.
Yeah.
We have a similar sound in the way we arrange the songs and whatnot.
And you trade off leads, so it's not the same voice all the time.
That's
so
right.
And so what would you like? Obviously, it's kind of a country. You were called a roots style, and one of the Troubadour, I think, called it like a really refreshing track to roots. But to me, that's country. This is like real country song.
I mean, it's bluegrass music, really.
Yeah.
It's like kind of the roots of all of it, right?
Yeah.
We're not bluegrass with like a capital B or anything, but like I consider it bluegrass music.
There's actually a new category that's actually even on the radio charts. It's called Brassicana.
What?
I know, right?
Was it grassroots Americana?
Yeah.
Sounds like
It was bluegrass / Americana.
Wow.
Really?
That's crazy because it's like now they're just trying to make shit up because Americana like came and went.
Right.
Like and because Americana is basically singer-songwriters with stories.
Right.
And that's pretty much Americana. Yeah, that's what Americana is.
Right.
But then you have the singer-songwriters who have more of a backing group behind them. So they're not technically Americana. They're not really singer-songwriter. Right. So what do you call them? Well, whatever they have behind them is what defines them.
Sure.
But you guys, you have a whole front line. You don't have a drummer. You got nothing behind you. So you just 5 people standing up there. You know, Orion, you got the stand-up bass.
Which is really the bluegrass instrumentation.
Yeah, no,
so we're really
percussion.
putting it in that format.
Yeah, so you're kind of following that style. Interesting.
Intentional, non-intentional?
I think it's all by design, right?
Yeah, I think it's very intentional. And the idea that like if you go see a normal bluegrass act, they'll do like 85% traditional songs and maybe a few originals or none. And we do at least half and half.
Half and half.
Yeah.
I like your
songs.
So what you said it's by design. Who kind of figured out that's what you guys wanted to go to?
Well, I think it was this. We all gravitated to the idea that like we weren't going to play with any kind of percussion, and we were going to use like, traditional instrumentation. And there was some interest there in the fact that like we can just gather around one mic and do our whole show that way, and audiences respond to it, and it seems like traditional and old timey, although we're playing songs that we wrote. So.
It just sounds like fun to me. Like you just cheers,
But
man. You know.
But we can also cross over to a lot of different kinds of venues. So we do a lot of bluegrass festivals, and we can play that kind of, more of that kind of music. Or we did folk festivals and things like that. Or we can be in a rock bar.
Do you guys ever like switch up the? Do you ever switch up the lineup where you only have a couple people go out to like a smaller show, or do you ever break the band up like that?
The smallest was what you would be looking at here.
For the core four.
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't really need Dan, so it's a good thing you didn't show up.
He's definitely an awesome musician, and we appreciate everything he does.
Yeah.
But there's sometimes though that when it's like a big festival, we'll add either have Dan or have a dobro player or have like a 6-piece. Right. But small places where you can just kind of respond more intimately with the audience, and also get on the stage and make people receptive to it. It's these 4, so we're always it's always at least this.
Well, Orion, I'm always cued into a stand-up bass. I love a stand-up bass. It just there's something about the instrument.
They're just
So is that what you've always played, or have you gone different ways with the bass?
I began with electric bass when I was about 13 years old. Started playing upright a few years after that, after getting pretty heavily into jazz music, and then was accepted to music college in Boston on upright. So I've been focusing on that a lot more since that moment, but there's still a lot of back and forth these days. I play in a few different groups like funk bands, rock bands, etc. today, doing electric bass as well. But I think, when it comes down to like what I enjoy playing the most, definitely the upright bass.
Wow, yeah.
He's not saying it, but he's a Berkeley School of Music
I was
grad.
thinking.
I had to have been. It had to have been like UCLA, Berkeley.
No, Berkeley and
Berkeley School of
Boston.
Music.
I don't know why I said UCLA Berkeley. It's UC Berkeley, right?
No, it's
No.
spelled differently. It's a
It's
music college in
LE.
Boston.
Oh man, I'm so
It's like
stupid.
it's Berkeley. It's not
Berkeley,
Berkeley.
yes.
It's
It's
Berkeley.
Lee, L-E-E.
Yeah,
It's
the
the-
music school.
I mean,
Well,
It's
no,
the-
Juilliard.
Yeah, Juilliard's the one I know
Hmm.
of. Yeah.
Nice.
Like that recovery, was that good?
Yeah,
was
that
that
was
good? Okay.
good.
All right,
All right,
let's
so
let's.
we know Ryan's background. What about you, Mark?
Well, I just in like maybe when I was like 11 or 12, I came home from like school and was like, "Hey, I want to play the drums." My parents were like, "No."
That's all it's Yeah,
So pick
I got
something
that
else.
response as well.
So pick something else, and I just started playing the guitar and taking guitar lessons. And I started out playing like heavy metal music because
Yeah.
this was unfortunately a little bit of time ago.
Yeah, right.
And
Julia.
just kept playing different styles of music. I started playing classical guitar and
That's great.
played various styles, and eventually just came out here and kind of gravitated towards doing this.
Right on. Randy, what about yourself?
You got a mandolin in your lap. So
I
is
know.
that
I do.
is that your strong point?
Are you just happy to
It's
see
my
me?
only point. Or it's beside the point.
Yeah,
You play multiple
I see your point.
Yeah. But both my parents were professional musicians and
Oh, wow.
played with all the big bands and whatnot. My mom played with Thelma White band. Google them sometime. Was a youth. Thelma White was
We gotta grab our
the girlfriend of the drug dealer in the movie Reefer Madness. But she had this great all-woman
Oh,
band.
jeez.
Holy Reaper.
Wow.
Yeah. So
You just
anyway,
aged yourself with that.
yeah, and then my dad played with Count Basie and everybody. I mean, you name it. Just around Louis Armstrong and so on. But anyway, so I went off to college because they didn't want me doing that, and got a science degree. But we were in a small town in New Mexico with nothing to do, and I had found my dad's mandolin or my grandfather's mandolin up in the attic and at our house, and took it with me, and we started a band in New Mexico and did that for 40 years,
Yeah.
playing with the Vigilante band. So, but then I came out
I
here
love
and
this name.
started this whole thing with Mark and these
Awesome.
guys. So this has been my joy, my prodigal son coming back.
What brought you out to Cali?
I'm sorry.
What brought you out here?
He's from here.
Oh,
He's
yeah?
from
Well, I came back here for a job.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He
That's a whole other story.
he was born here.
Okay.
That's pretty rare, isn't it?
It is. Well,
Oh, yeah,
San
that's right. We
Diego,
talked about
yeah.
Glendale.
the unicorns.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, my great grandparents came across the Oregon Trail after the Civil War and settled down next to the Verdugo land grant, Spanish land grant family
Ah,
back in the east side of LA. There, it used to be called Tropicana. They call it Glendale. But back in the day, started a dairy.
Nice.
nice.
Smart.
Dairy.
Smart.
Moog House. All right. That had to smell great growing up.
Whoa,
It was way past my time. I ain't daddling.
My parents lived in
Right.
Paris, California.
Yeah.
And
wow.
every time I would go to visit them, that smell.
It's a little odoriferous out there in Paris.
It is horrible. They have so many dairy farms out there. All you do is just smell cow shit everywhere you go. So
Drive through Norco, it's the same.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Ugh.
horrid.
All right. So Jason,
Yes. Sir.
what got you started on the banjo?
Oh, the banjo. Well, I grew up in Southern California, so oh, sorry,
Thank you.
Close. Excuse me. So I grew up listening to like Jimi Hendrix and Led Zeppelin,
Yeah.
and the guitar and all that. But I always heard, growing up, banjo. I mean, when I was a little kid, I had a little record player, and I would play, the Dylan banjos. And
Yeah.
I played that. I literally like wore the groove to the record, playing it over and over, and then hearing like Earl Scruggs playing the what was it?
I don't know who Earl Scruggs is. So
Some like TV theme or something we did?
Yeah, the TV thing. I'm trying to think.
Oh,
of,
like the Beverly Hillbillies?
The Beverly Hillbillies.
Oh, shit.
Ah.
Hearing that, and then
I'm the youngest.
I grew up listening to Hee Haw.
That's awesome.
I just got that sound in my head, and I don't know. When I was young, the banjo's too hokey.
yeah. So you started guitar when you were younger.
So yeah, I wanted to be Jimi Hendrix and
Right on.
Eddie Van Halen.
Wow.
And then as I got older, I finally decided, I want to play that. I want to hear that sound.
I traded an Xbox for a Deering banjo,
Nice.
and I played it 3 times.
Really?
Yeah.
That's why I went out with my first banjo was at Deering Good Time.
Ah.
They make really good banjos.
And they're based here in San Diego.
That's right.
Yeah.
That was the crazy thing. When I finally decided I want to learn how to play a banjo, where am I going to find one?
Right,
I live in
right.
San Diego.
You know, it's
I
funny.
live in Tennessee.
Even a lot of banjo players, unless they play a Deering and like really play it and know a lot about it, don't know that Deering is here in San Diego.
I just did tiny bit of
Yeah.
research and realized, oh my God,
Yeah.
I'm in Banjo Man.
Yeah. This is the Banjo Haven.
Even though you haven't played it, I still think you made a good trade.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
Oh well, it was
Yeah.
it was the Star Wars Xbox 360, brand new in a box.
Well,
That changes it.
Yeah, GameCube.
Even though that's the thing, though, is that they're almost equal in value because the Xbox 360 wasn't really worth that much because it was the Xbox Ones were right about to come out.
I mean, did you at least get the Darth Vader Deering banjo? Or?
No, I got one that was colored on by kids. So, but she cleaned it up. They cleaned it up. It's a really beautiful banjo. I love the sound that banjos have. It's very unique and it's penetrating, but it's not.
Absolutely, that's the thing. I had that sound in my head my whole life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And finally, until in my 30s, I finally picked one up.
Nice.
Yeah, and
That's so cool.
it's like everybody who picks up a banjo has to go.
It's
Yep, this is a banjo.
right?
Yeah,
I mean, you can't not.
it's like picking up a guitar and doing "Stairway to Heaven."
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And now he's the Jimi Hendrix on banjo.
Nice. Awesome.
Well, we heard you in that first song picking it up pretty good in the Hometown Blues.
Oh, yeah.
So that's your formidable instrument now? That's pretty much all you play?
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
and Jason would never do this, but I'm going to put him over for a minute. Like, he's a fantastic banjo player.
Hell yeah,
He
he is.
really knows and plays in so many different styles and has such a finesse with the instrument
Mhm.
Awesome.
that a lot of people don't, particularly in bluegrass. It's just like,
Well, I could tell you're very humble. You're very shy, very humble. You like just being the musician that you
Yeah.
are. And that's awesome,
Like, give me
man.
my banjo.
So you got lucky finding this guy.
he's too shy. He had his shirt off in the car.
Oh.
Well, it's because he knows you guys.
Yeah, right.
And I love the different tubes you've got on your shirt. You see
Oh
that,
my
Ken?
God, yes.
You got all the.
He makes 2 amps.
Oh, you do?
Frederick amps.
I've got a bunch of tubes from an old radio that are practically brand new. Like they're all the S shape and ST shape. Yeah, so I got a crap load of those. We'll talk later. I'll show you pictures if you want them. Look them.
yeah,
If you need them.
I'm the amp, tube amp nerd.
Yeah.
Let's talk.
We call this shirt his tube top, by the
His
way.
tube
Yeah.
I love it. Let me
Nice.
get a picture of you and your tube top. Oh, hold on.
So how did
Thank
how did you guys end up finding Jason and Orion?
Well, they were in that like backing band.
Okay.
Oh,
The
yeah, that's
house
right,
band
the-
that-
Yeah.
Rebecca's?
But we all,
Okay.
you always have to have chemistry with the people that you're working with. And we had a really good, we all really got along and had the same idea of what we were trying to create.
Seems like it.
So we shanghaied him almost right away, and we went over to Jake's house and recorded our first CD within about a month or so.
Yeah, I think so.
Let's get to it, man. We got a bunch of stuff. Let's go do it.
This
Wow.
is Jake of Vatican Vanity.
Okay, Jake.
We just all gathered into his living room and recorded the whole first EP.
Which is how we did the second one as well.
Yeah.
And those are the ones you released both of those in 2013. Right.
Yes.
Every Second was your first album. That was in January, and then at the end of the year, you did Blue Diesel.
Yep.
Wow,
And
that's
4 years later, you finally released another album.
With a full-length album at a real studio.
Yeah,
Ah.
legit.
Oh, yeah.
With Ben Moore.
And,
Nice.
Singing circuit.
Well, let's get into another
Yes.
song, and I like the title of this one. It's "Lay Your Needle Down."
Talking about records.
I was gonna say.
I figured
about
that.
records.
So I guess I have another intro. So I came to the guys. I was like, "Hey, I wrote the song called Lay Your Needle Down. I think we should play it." And they were like, "I don't know if we really want to play like a drug or
Yeah, put the heroin away, man.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
And I said, "Well, I had just recently adopted my son, and he was like 10 and 10, and he had never had any like insight to like listening to vinyl on a record player, and like that's the way I love to listen to music, analog."
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And so it was the whole experience of like, you have a record, it's spinning. When you put it in the groove, like it's
Yeah.
always the same part of the song. You can, you know, move it around, and it's like a very tactile thing. And so it ended up resulting in the song like, oh, like, you know, I think vinyl's coming back, or it's already back.
It's back. Yeah, it's back.
We're on cassette tapes.
Yeah, no shit. Cassette tapes are coming back, but that's a nostalgic
It's not
retro thing. I don't think that's gonna stick
I don't know.
hard.
I think cassettes sound pretty warm,
You
kind of like
didn't
vinyl, I mean, especially for like hip hop music. A lot of good like underground rap labels releasing cassettes right now, and it sounds great to me. Like through a good receiver, good set of speakers, I'm into it.
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, but in this particular tune though, where I'm talking about listening to records.
Right. So this is "Lay Your Needle Down" by MohaviSoul off their new album "Hometown Blues." And
What, the cassette?
let me try that again. Had the volume down. Now here we go. Ready and. All right. Do you guys want to go ahead and get your instruments set up, and we can set up after this? Let this play out,
Yeah.
and then yeah. All right, cool.
Yeah. Cool. Good time too.
Ready. All right. So here's what we'll do. This gave me time, doing the talking, gave me time to think about how to do this.
What's that? So what do you think we should try to do? Like,
I like the idea of setting up around microphone. I got a 58 here. I'm going to set up another one, so we'll have two directional 58s pointed right at you guys, and just set up right there and play.
And then sing into these mics or what?
or just saying.
Or just
Just sing. We'll pick up whatever we can pick up. We can have a couple of those for the leads. But we've got 3 minutes left. Can you listen to the song and let me know when it's starting to wind down?
Did you sync it?
Yeah, it's been synced. We're
Let's
good.
do one of your guys' teams. Or you think maybe to No Expectations?
That's not it. Where did I go?
Well, they're already previewing our song, so maybe we should do a cover.
Yeah.
No covers.
No covers?
No covers. Copyright issues.
Sweet. Even better.
Yeah, all original.
Yeah, Bloody Righteous Path. What do you want?
Yeah.
I want to do your song.
You do that too.
Yeah,
Let's do a rhyme song, all right? Because I mean, I think I've been talking a lot. We need a little more.
Well, I've been talking to.
We need a little more rhyme.
Okay.
We'll just have these two set up right here.
I'm the client.
And then if you want to, however you want to do the microphone situation.
We should at least maybe try to have one of the other songs that's played, like a recording of, be your Mandy song.
You can do that as an outro.
We only got 3 minutes. We're only going to do one.
Yeah.
No, I meant like,
Oh, yeah.
you know, because like we haven't heard any of your Mandy songs yet. Okay, Martin. Thank you.
We can put yours kind of towards the banjo, so that way that works. That way we can pick that up as well. We'll do a quick tune-up right afterwards, right after the song's over.
Thanks, man. Yep.
You
want to try to get over here?
Testing one.
Sure. Everyone's best interest.
Oh yeah, that'll pick up nice. All right, the song's about to run out.
And the other thing I'd be worried about is hearing the guitar like super good.
Wow, that was awesome. That's a really good song. And in the middle of that, we went ahead and got your instruments practically set up. So are you acoustic electric?
Yeah. You can plug me in.
Right there. Beautiful.
You want to mute that channel?
Go ahead.
Thank you.
There we go.
All right. You guys all comfortable?
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Randy, if you sit down, you could probably have it heard better. Can you play sitting down?
I can, but I love playing standing up.
Okay, no, you're good. You're good. Yeah.
It's because you're a stand-up guy.
Well, then let's play into that then. We got it all. We figured it out. All right. So we have, to set the picture here for those listening, not watching, we have a stand-up bass, an acoustic electric guitar, which really is acoustic, 6-string, a mandolin, and a banjo. And this is MohaviSoul. So they're going to play a song for us.
We're going to do a newer tune. That's right. That Orion wrote. Yeah.
Orion song.
Yeah.
All right.
And maybe explain a little bit of it afterward once we're back at the mics.
Yeah, once we got the mic set up normal. All right. Well, go ahead and play.
Jason, kick it. 1, 2,
3. Sometimes that's just the way she goes when I'm in some pain. True. Folks say when it rains bars, we've all heard that rain before. I'm sure it's home with a hangover. It's close. You sit here, I'm sitting out here. Let me just make my mission clear. Man, all the picking up whiskey, I'm a friend. Ain't no chance you lose me. That's alright. I'm trying to press. I'm still in those highs and lows. Sometimes that's just the way she goes when I'm in some pain. It's folks say when it rains bars, we've all heard that rains before. I'm sure it's home with the hangover is close. Step in those highs and lows. Sometimes that's just the way it goes when I'm in some pain. Folks say when it rains bars, we've all heard that rain before. I'm sure it's home with the Sitting there with my head all spun, thinking that I might have had too much fun. And I just smile and say, job well done. Stuff in those highs and lows. Sometimes that's just the way she goes. But I'm in some pain, it's real shows. Folks say when it rains bars, we've all heard that rains before. I'm sure it's home with a hangover, it's close. Yeah, sure it's home with a hangover, it's close.
Oh, wow. That was knocked right out of the park.
I don't want to take my microphone back, but in order for them to hear me, I have to.
Oh, my God.
That was, wow. First of all, thank you so much for doing that live for us, guys.
Thank you. We're so spoiled, John.
Oh.
So spoiled.
Yeah, I love the live performances we get. They're just so fun, and I can't say anything more because I can't remember.
I know. I love your lyrics there.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
So what was the inspiration for that song?
So yeah,
Another alcohol
I initially wrote that for another group I was playing mandolin with, that are now not playing so much anymore. So I've kind of, it's my song. It's going along with it.
Of course.
So I was hanging out with a couple of guys from that band one night, getting pretty, pretty sauced up. And we decide we're gonna go on a hike the next morning. So we're like, cool, let's all crash a ear pad here, wake up at like 7, and then drive out to Mount Laguna to do a nice hike. I was feeling terrible the next morning. They like threw on some vinyl that I brought over there, and I'm like, yeah, this is good, but I feel so bad.
Right.
And anyway, we get out there, we get to the trailhead. I throw up like right at the trailhead itself, saying like, we'll be there in 4 miles. So, and then in the middle of the hike, we start singing this like a cappella old time bluegrass tune, doing all these harmonies together, and I immediately started feeling a little less shitty. So that's pretty much the whole song right there.
That kind of gives a story there. That's a nice story.
Oh, yeah.
Self-imposed highs and lows.
That's right.
Yeah.
Self-imposed highs and lows.
That'll
There
do
you
it.
go.
That'll do it.
Where can we find your music?
Well, we're on. I have a website, MohaviSoul.com,
Yes.
and then we're also on Amazon, iTunes.
Spotify,
All
all
the
the
CD
CD Baby now.
Yep.
Reverb Nation,
Yes,
which
yes.
is how we got you guys. You applied for one of our whatever thingies. I don't even know what it's called. I got the sun blared. Thank
I
you.
see the sun blaring in your eyes. Yeah.
That sun is right in my eyes right now. It's like,
Yeah, Reverb Nation approached Big John about having campaign for local musicians.
Yeah. It was the
Apply kind of thing.
director of promotions or something. I can't remember his name, but Craig Snyder. He reached out to me, sent us an email, and said, "Hey, we want to partner with you." And I thought it was one of those,
Scam.
like a scam. So I'm like, "Oh, that would be nice." And I emailed him very like whatever, and
Generic.
sure enough, he wanted to send us some of the best artists in San Diego, and for some reason, he sent us you guys. But no, all joking aside, you guys are amusing musicians, and you make it look easy. So thank you again for definitely playing that song for us.
Yeah,
I know that was great.
sure.
Where are y'all playing out? You play anywhere on the reg, or you just kind of...
Well, we don't have like a reoccurring.
Yeah.
We're doing like more like private events.
Festivals.
Yeah, we mainly play
Corporate.
festivals.
So our next festival is
Blythe?
Blythe.
Yeah, the Blythe Bluegrass Festival, and that's like January 17th to the 19th.
Can you pull that closer, a little bit closer?
Blythe, California. So we're going to be there, and then we'll be at the Temecula Bluegrass Festival in April.
Oh,
Oh,
I
cool.
love that festival. That's so fun.
We're on Saturday night at 6 to 7 on that the main stage.
Cool.
There. So we don't do a lot of bar shows much anymore,
No.
except maybe opening for national acts.
Stuff like that, Kelly.
Like Hot Butter Brown, and countries.
I don't even know who those are.
Right.
That sounds like those sounds like beverages at a bar.
I know.
Sounds delicious.
It's a
Yeah.
dangerous drink.
I would say so.
Do you guys
All
know Eli Boogie Magazine?
No.
Is he ever-
No. Let's talk about that later.
Yes.
No, we can talk about that now. Boogie
Yes, we
Magazine,
amazing.
it's amazing. All blues, jazz, kind of is what they focus on.
Yeah.
Stunning photography done by Eli. His wife puts the magazine
Yes.
together. Here in San Diego, we also have. It's based in San Diego.
Backstage 360.
Well, Backstage 360, they do covers, write-ups as well. But Boogie Magazine focuses on local music.
Yeah.
And one of the other contacts is Mark Epler, who really works with bands. He goes out and sees shows, and I know him personally. I'm going to send him to see you guys at the festival.
Yeah,
Great.
sure.
in,
He'll probably be covering the
January.
one in Temecula too.
Oh, the Temecula one they
totally
do usually.
Yeah.
Great.
And there you have it.
I'm at the end of my notes.
You're at the end of your notes.
Yeah.
What?
Well,
That never happened.
well, Randy, are you related to the Hanson brothers?
He's Owen and they're Ian.
I got the Norwegian spelling, not the Swedish spelling.
Oh, the Ian?
He's Owen.
Oh,
Owen?
I never
Ian.
never
There's
knew
Ian.
the difference between those two,
It's Danish, right? Is
Now you know.
other
Yeah.
side?
and I'll forget it later because
Yeah.
my name's not Hanson. Yeah. I know my last name is Gates, and I know it's German, and the original spelling was Goetz. Like you see those
Oh, yeah.
caramels,
Yes.
it's
Yeah,
Getz.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, and it was Americanized to Gates.
Oh.
But I don't think I'm related to Bill. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't be doing this.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. My
So-
great grandparents were from Denmark and they were pronounced an SCN.
Ah,
Yes.
So you guys put out an album in August of 2017.
correct.
When's the next one?
Well, we've been writing a lot of new songs,
Mhm.
and I think we have enough, pretty close to enough original material for another.
Oh, Jake, you got to get in his living room.
Yeah,
Bang
yeah.
it out, man.
Well,
you know,
Or are you going to studio now?
yeah, we
They would step the game up. They already
You grew
stepped it up. Yeah.
You grew up.
But the funny thing is that the recording experience wasn't that much different.
Yes.
We still
Not really.
all stood in a circle, and they were just able to isolate the instruments a little better, and we just played with each other again. So it was still pretty much like a live performance.
Well,
When you
but then-
record, that's how you record, like you just all do.
Yeah.
But we definitely overdubbed all of our vocals and
Yeah.
solos.
Right.
And in the studio, because we were paying top dollar
Yeah.
for it, and definitely like okay with paying for more time, it was a much more arduous process of like getting those exact vocal takes we wanted,
Yeah.
the exact part of the solo, you know.
Yeah.
What we're seeing in the recording these days is that a lot of groups are only doing EPs anymore, and
Yeah.
they're actually releasing, they're releasing singles out of
Yeah.
that as quickly as they can, so they keep the buzz going and whatnot. So I'm hoping we'll do another original EP, but a lot of people love some of the covers we do. So I think we're going to probably do it. So, got a covered MohaviSoul EP
Wow.
of some great covers that we do.
Do a tribute
Mix it
album,
up.
like a tribute album to your your
faves.
your favorite artists who have passed.
Yeah.
You know, something like that. Your inspirations, the guys that got you involved in reason for music, and you guys each pick a song or an album or an artist and do 2 of each.
Yeah.
And then you got 10 songs.
Yeah.
Yes, totally.
I'm a genius. I can't help it. I'm born that way. So.
They definitely go over well in the bluegrass listening community.
Mhm.
Right.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and then if you and with you can also pick more obscure songs. So you're
The
you're
B-sides,
you're-
people think.
We're really good at that, actually.
Yeah.
We're
Are you?
really-
well, they're also cheaper to license. So. So do you have any like plan to go into the studio anytime soon and start putting this album together? And are you planning a full length album?
Well, you know, there's always a big question. I think I don't know if anybody's really buying full length albums anymore.
Yes.
So I
the
think
struggle is real.
I think if
Struggle.
anything, what we'll do is we'll go back into the studio, record maybe a couple of originals and a couple of covers, or maybe like Randy's discussing, like kind of conceptualize this kind of a cover or a record.
Yeah.
Although, you know, a lot of bluegrass is like traditional songs, so like people don't consider it to be like, oh, you're not like covering a song, like you're
Right,
paying tribute. And
Until you
Oh,
start
there you
making
go.
a lot of money off of it, then they go, "You ripped off somebody's song. You need to pay them this."
Well, they're getting paid too.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't consider like what we're doing, like, hey, there's
Is with your sound and your style, it's very familiar.
yeah.
And then you have like your leads that you do are also obviously more not traditional. What's the opposite
They are
of traditional?
just
Contemporary, more contemporary style soloing.
Yeah.
And on top of that, obviously your stories are a little bit different than the traditional bluegrass.
Very much so.
Oh, great.
We've gone beyond your mama getting run over by a train. And
Right, and that's
Grandma
and-
got run over by a reindeer.
yeah, exactly.
It's
And
a holiday.
That was a whole. Yeah. My grandma loved that one. Worked that out. It's a real song.
It is.
It is.
yeah, no, it's a real song. It's based on a
I
true
can
story
sing
too.
most of it. It is.
It was written by a band.
Really,
Was it really?
I believe you because you wouldn't tell a lie. Yeah.
It's true. His
His
name is slipping my mind.
I'm about to mute your mic, Kim.
I told you I know all the words.
I know you do. I
Really,
don't,
is it really what's in my room?
I don't put that past you at all. No. All right. Well, you know what? We've got one more song that you guys sent us, and now this is not a Mark song.
It's a Randy
It's
song.
It's a Randy song.
Randy song.
Refer to yourself in third person there.
So
Oh,
let me
you had to
let me
sing?
set you up for it. a little bit.
Contrary Lovers.
Yeah, so we love playing the song. It's maybe a little bit more in the bluegrass traditional kind of a genre. And but what was funny is that I had a fiddle player from actually up around Paris that posted a bunch of stuff on Facebook about rhapsodic phrases. And so we
I don't know that word.
well, we were trying to explain this. We did a gig at the Del Mar Library, and nobody got it. But basically, a rhapsodic phrase is where the second part of the phrase changes the meaning of the object of the sentence.
Oh,
And so,
interesting.
yeah.
So, for instance, like
I'm an English nerd, so
Yeah.
I get that. Like that's cool.
So like the verse of the song is, when there's a will, I want to be in it. So
Ah!
you're changing
Yeah.
the meaning of will.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
As a verse.
I gotta hear this song.
Where there's a will.
But it's about hopeless lovers that can't quite quit each other. So that's the
All right, well, let's check it out. This is Contrary Lovers by MohaviSoul off their Hometown Blues album. Very traditional.
I can't wait for these lyrics.
Pretty straightforward.
Yep.
But I like that, the paradoxical of the sentence there. That's cool.
It's interesting.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I forgot what we were talking about. That's fun. I like that. I really like this song.
Yeah, those Parachidoki and phrases are all over the place too. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the comedian Mitch Hedberg, and he's got this joke. I haven't slept for 10 days because that would be too long. they're all over.
So now you'll be looking for them.
Right?
Yes, I'll be looking for them. I was trying to think of one right there. It didn't work.
It didn't work out.
Well, anyway, I want to thank you guys for coming on to the fun. To the I can't talk.
Wow, that was a doozy.
That was a Freudian slip of I. Well, thank you guys for coming on to the Futon and having a chat with us and bringing your instruments. This has been a blast.
It's been dusty.
Yeah, sorry. Well, we got the hose. We'll spray it down when you walk out. So
It was our pleasure. Thanks for
We were coming in hot. That's why.
yeah. Oh, definitely. All right. Well, we'll make sure and where people. So MohaviSoul.com, Reverb Nation. You're pretty much everywhere. You got 3 albums out. Every Second, Blue Diesel, and the most recent one, Hometown Blues. But we'll be looking for your newest one.
Yep.
And eventually we'll talk to Dan one of these days. Maybe I'll see him when I come to the show.
Show up at
Yeah.
He's in a different time zone.
I see that.
One of those.
All right, you guys. Thanks again for coming out.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Cool. Clear.
Clear.
Woo.
Nice.
Oh my god. You guys are fun.
That was awesome. God, thank you guys so much.
What are your stories now?
Yeah.
It was a good rehearsal.
There you go. Yeah, you guys got to get later.
You going for real?
Yeah. It's a good practice run. All right. Oh, I can't do it anymore. I got one more artist. I'm a violinist, actually. Yeah. her name's Margot. She's professionally trained.
You had her come early.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I did. You know, she could have replaced Dan. But she's
Maybe it's
interested.
a violin thing. Maybe she'll be late.
Apparently she is because it's 4:00 now. She's supposed to be here.
I guess it's a fiddle thing.
I appreciate that. Good deal. That's awesome. Yeah, I got it.
Oh, you ever heard of a Crosley amp?
Yeah, I feel like
No, it's not a guitar amp. It's like an old amplifier from the 40s or the 50s.
No, I don't think so.
I bought one for $20 and it was busted and dirty as shit. And I cleaned it out and every bulb works.
Yeah.
Where is it? Should be
machine.
right here. Crosby, yeah. So I have Cunningham's.
Right.
I got Cunningham 326, a 27, 71 Alpha. Like, see, I don't know if these work with any guitar amps. Yeah,
Oh, look, those are all like
Radiotron.
2 or 4 prongs, just like diodes.
Yeah, these are 4-prong.
They're diodes.
Yeah, these are like the old radio tubes. Like these are beautiful.
They're all diodes.
Yeah.
Well, that's a Penta.
A what?
I mean, when I have
The last
my own
one was
house
a Penta.
someday, I'm gonna have a tree for sure.
Yeah. No,
Yeah, the
they're
Charlie
just-
Brown.
That's a Cunningham. This one? That's a tungsten.
One before it.
Damn it! I'm horrible with this apparently.
Hey, that's what I like. Happy tubes.
Okay.
Yeah, those are all diodes.
Oh, yeah.
That's a diode. They're all diodes. That's a Penta.
What's that mean?
Yeah, we know.
I don't know anything about these. I took them to a guy to test them.
Like a Penta would be like an outlet.
Okay.
Power. Yeah. For like, outlet, like before the signal goes to the speaker.
Oh, okay. Preamp.
Diodes are just like, they rectify the current and stuff. They
Okay.
regulate current.
So most of them aren't worth shit,
And
I'm not like, huh? I can't find a buyer
People,
for these tubes. I've been trying to sell them and nobody's like wants to buy. They're all practically brand new. They were dusty as shit. And they were sitting in an old Crosley that's got the pop metal. So it's a piece of crap radio. It's got no
there's not a
use.
whole hell of a lot of tubes that are being used these days in guitar amps. And the ones that are being used, they're worth money.
Mm.
But the diodes, they're just rectifiers.
Yep.
A lot of people just use solid state
Yeah.
to rectify the power. So,
Yeah, that's what I'm
Do you guys have cards? A card for the show for the band?
I do.
diodes are worth
Because we're actually going to be putting on our first production next year sometime, and I like the idea of your band. It's in a bar. It's a kind of a smaller bar in East County that we're looking at setting up, but I want to do a showcase that features all the like different styles that we do that we feature on the show.
Nice. We went back and listened to some of your other podcasts, and we were like, I don't think we're having anybody kind of like us. It was like,
I love it. I love it. We've had a lot of acoustic
Yeah.
stuff, a lot of musicians in general, different styles, and I love that idea of having as many styles. Because I'm a lover of music, and I think there's only 2 kinds of music: good music and bad music.
Right.
That's it. And good music isn't necessarily music I like to listen to.
yeah.
It's good.
You can
Like,
appreciate it.
I can appreciate anything that was well done, well written, whatever. And that is what I want to inject into the podcast as much as possible.
Yeah, you know what I
That
mean?
genre doesn't mean a thing to us. It's all about focusing on artists who are bettering themselves, wanting to better themselves.
Right.
Music in general, all stuff. We have, I'm sure you've listened or heard that we have some rap artists that are pretty green in the industry, but they have a desire to keep moving. If you don't come on our show, you have no desire.
Yeah.
That's simple. I throw it out there. If you want to come, I will chase anybody down.
So have you had like a lot of take from MBR's apps?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Because everybody's got.
He was
some
like,
sort of
hey, y'all should go on
like,
this podcast. They're
some
super
sort of
receptive, having local artists.
Yeah.
So I thought we would be like,
Thank
We
you.
have, well, that's the thing, is we have a lot of people who say they want to be on this show.
Yeah.
But when push comes to shove, we do our recordings very specific.
yeah.
You know, because she's working on the, all of us, none of us get paid for this.
Yeah.
There's no point, I don't want it to be, I want to be able to pay them culturally, I never want to sponsor
All
them.
the chain or
And I
whatever.
want my vision to stay the same.
Yeah.
Of what the keeping it open. I don't want Main Street. I don't want to talk to the big guys with money. I want to talk to the bands that are, you know, hoofing it every
Yeah,
day,
people are struggling.
working their asses off, because you guys need the exposure. And so now I'm working, I've been partnering
Get
with
in the RV and go.
first partnership with them. And there's no money exchange, it's just they tell me your artist and I'll tell you a couple, they even said he doesn't care if we talk about it. So that was like, all right, cool, you know,
Yeah.
and then now I'm partnering with
Right,
Mountain
that's
Live
right.
in East
That
County.
would be the basic.
That's where we're going to be doing first showcase.
Yeah, I got this.
And
First
we're
production.
really good.
I don't know when, I'm working on building it. So, yeah, I said to you guys, I'm like, yeah, I want to put you guys on there. It's like a small venue with the way it's set up. I think you guys would kill it.
Yeah,
It's a small stage,
Yeah, I
it's
feel
easy.
like I get some scouts.
I think you've got.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah,
Hell yeah, Mark.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
You ever go back to England?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I guess we, you know, cousins. Every few years. I go back.
Yeah, I know.
I've never been to England. I want to go so bad. I've been to so many different parts of the world. I've never been to
Oh,
England.
thank you,
I like the
Yeah.
spicy.
I know, I have to go.
They speak the same language. It's like
Well, I went to Australia, that's close.
Sausage,
Yeah.
sausage,
Yeah.
yes.
That's
Sausage.
fantastic.
It's always good.
Yeah. Like we said, the context.
Yeah,
There we go.
yeah, you just write the word out.
Oh, you guys get some fingers?
Oh,
Here, please. Yeah. Downstream to get in. Yeah, take them ready you want. We got a ton of them for a reason.
Sweet.
We don't want every piece of
All right.
gear that I can get them on.
Well, you can do a lot for getting blind, lovely blind.
I started this.
Right on the Colorado River. It's one of those
The guy you met when he was leaving Tyler,
Right.
he and I started this in February of 2015. And we started it as, hey, we're both in radio. I was actually on air, he was in promotions, but he has a great voice and personality. And we both wanted to practice more. I wasn't getting on air enough and
Right.
never got on air. So we just said, hey, you know, we got a good record. And we started just talking on a Futon.
That's sweet.
And so that's the Futon. And it just kind of ended up revolving around music most of the time. And then we decided, hey, let's start bringing guests on. And then we kind of narrowed down the focus of, all right, let's focus on the people who nobody else wants to talk to.
Sure, sure.
The people that don't make this money.
Yeah.
The people who want to
The heart and soul of
be
San
musicians.
Diego,
Yeah.
basically.
I figured out in radio and in the Navy while I was in for 15 years, I figured out that if you set a bar, people will meet it if they want to.
Right.
But if you tell them that they have to, they will fight to not get to that bar.
Totally.
So I just throw the bait out, you know, I throw it out there. But the one thing that people tend to not do when it comes to business is say no to people with money.
Sure. Yeah.
And that's where I'm going to set my ceiling. My bar is
It's exposure, man.
if you have money, go sit on a silky leather couch. Don't come sit on the dusty food. You know, it's made that way. It's designed that way. It's the whole focus is to tell those guys to fuck off.
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun for that reason too, you know?
Yeah.
For people like us, you know?
Exactly. You guys are the unsung heroes of the local music scene. And someone needs to sing in praise.
Well, hopefully you'll be able to say you do a swim.
Yeah,
See, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah,
That's the goal. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, that's the goal.
That's the goal, is to get you guys to go fly off and help boost you up and get you moving.
Yeah.
And we'll stay down here in the trenches.
Yeah, you do your thing. Just invite us. We don't need VIP, just tickets, whatever. Thanks, it was a pleasure to meet y'all.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
Happy holidays, guys.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Happy holidays.
Yes. Merry Christmas.
All that goodness.
Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
That was so fun.
Oh my god, they're so good.
I told you they were going to be great.
I know.
Tyler is going to be so bummed he missed them.
No.
And yeah.
They'd be right up at Jolly Field.
Oh, he would have had he would have been a
Had a
kid in
heyday.
candy store with them.
100%.
I don't think this chick's going to show up.
Oh.
She went to UCLA. That's how I got the confusion. Is she was UCLA, but also I don't.
UCLA Berkeley. It's kind of like.
I always thought it was UC Berkeley, but I guess the Berkeley Music School is different than UC Berkeley. I didn't know that. Now I feel like a retard. For
No. I mean, people don't know it.
Mm.
I only know because my nephew went to Cal Berkeley. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't know that it's fucking different.
Well, I love asking stupid questions, and I love leaving, even if they make me look like an ass. I'll leave them in the episode because I found when I was in school, I'm relatively naive in a good way. I ask the questions that other people are afraid to ask.
I thought it was just sincere.
Yeah, and that's
No question.
yeah.
No stupid questions.
Nope.
Only the unasked questions.
That's the stupid ones. Is the ones you don't ask.
That was a good show.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe. I mean, I don't think it's that hard to find this place or anything.
No, it's not. I mean, all the other bands have found it. We've had a couple of no shows and cancellations. It happens. You know what? I'll check my email actually.
Yeah. Good idea.
Forgot to say thank you for the beer.
So what?
Forgot to say thank you for the beer.
Oh, was it good?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
For an IPA. I'm
Yeah.
starting to get into IPAs,
Are you?
unfortunately.
I know they can kick your ass.
But it has to be a good IPA. Yeah. Are you breaking that one down?
Yeah, even if she does show, we won't need all of this, right?
That's true.
I'm like, yeah.
Good point. Good call. So, I'm filing for bankruptcy this month.
Good, you?
I am.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow, really?
Well, it's time. I've been debating on it for years. I've been looking into it for years, and I can
Really?
actually qualify for Chapter 7 right now,
Oh, cool.
which is awesome because that wipes everything
Yes.
clear.
Yeah, 13, you gotta pay your pan.
Yeah, and
So
so I'm hoping that to get that done, at least filed by mid-month, and yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
Seriously.
Nope.
Man.
It's designed for a reason, and I'm in a position right now where my credit doesn't fucking matter.
Oh my god, I totally can dig it.
So yeah, it's
Yeah, I know.
opportunity that I can't put away.
Why not?
So after
And you're right,
this,
you're in a good position because your income isn't, pretty much high.
yeah, exactly.
Right.
That's the thing. Is
And so that's a perfect opportunity for you to take advantage of it.
no need to wrap the cables. I don't wrap them anymore.
Okay. Why does that seem wrong? Just it?
No, that's right. But extend the ear things down,
Oh, extend them?
and it makes it easier to fit in.
Ah, okay. I'm
Yeah.
extending them, and that was the opposite.
See, and when you fold it up, you'll see. Like, oh my god.
And just.
Just shove them in.
All right.
Yep.
Good boss man.
These don't wrap up as easily. They don't get like entangled as easily.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Yep.
That's a bummer that you didn't come, so it's like episode short kind of thing.
Yeah. I almost expected things.
Oh,
with one. We've got an episode to record on Monday night at Corey's.
Is that the one in which
Lakeside.
one? Lakeside. Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I like this because I really liking the way this is falling into play. Having you and Tyler, and then Corey
And Dirty.
and Dirty, and we cross over. Like there's sometimes production corner episodes that are done here, producers corners, and then musicians podcast done there.
Yeah.
So that way it's a full taste.
Kind of keeps it fluid too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. It keees it fresh, and it keeps it to where we don't become the stars. Like,
It's different
it changes.
faces and people.
Yeah, it's so that the show itself is the star, and that's kind of what I've been wanting. That's what I've been. It's turning into what I want. Like I'm just so
Well, there you
beside
have
myself.
it. Okay, yes, we gotta keep these small. Awesome sauce.
So I'm gonna go drive all night long. I gotta make some money.
Oh, great.
You gotta pay for the
Yeah.
you gotta pay for the lawyer in order to file.
Are you doing that way? You're not doing legal Zoom? You're getting
No, I'm paying.
charge like a couple grand.
She's doing $14.50 for me, so I'm gonna get out of this for under $2,000.
That is
Yeah.
because they can't be expensive. Some can't be pricier than others.
Yep. But I don't.
Like
And
it's
I,
just doing the paperwork, you know,
Yeah.
making sure it's right.
Yeah.
You know, talk later.
Yep. And
You're like, I'm right back where I started. That was the whole point.
Yeah.
It's like, no. Cool.
so I gotta go driving all fucking night for that.
It never ends, man.
Nope. No.
It's crazy damn life, I swear.
Yep. That's what life is about, you know. And one way or another, you have to fight for survival. Whether it's to survive the day, whether it's to survive the bills of the month, or whether it's to survive your life. One way or another, we all have to fight to survive.
Yes, we do. Fine.
There you go.
I was close. I knew I was in the ballpark there.
Yeah, you're there.
I was like,
So, and this, you can loosen that and slide that up. To shorten the state even more.
yeah, right? Oh, so, yeah.
So that's,
Yeah.
for some reason, it's.
No, it's sticky. I wouldn't do it with them. But it was all I needed. Got the party started. See what you did there.
Got stuck in that.
Uh-huh.
Ingenuity.
At its finest.
Oh,
There we go.
give her 10 more minutes,
Okay.
and then everything else gets packed up.
Okay.
I had, when we were up in Escondido, at Chelsea studio,
Yeah.
minutes late.
Oh no.
I forgot, I didn't really notice that she called me, but she was leaving from Chula Vista. Yeah.
Wow.
And
That's a waste.
it was, but she, if you're leaving from Chula Vista to go to Escondido, you better fucking plan that. And if you don't plan that, you're a fucking moron. She showed up a half hour late and called me like 5 minutes till her time. While we were, or 10 minutes till we were recording anyway, so I didn't answer the phone. And so I'm like, when she showed up, we were almost done packing up. And I just looked at her, she showed up with her posse, and I said, I'll reach back out to you. I reached back out to her and never heard from her again. And I'm like, okay, done.
That ought to do it.
Those are,
Some things are meant to be, I guess.
yeah. People show their true colors with stuff like this. And nobody gets special treatment in my book.
It's like, you know, talking to you.
Mhm.
I mean, geez.
That's
I
it.
mean, that's how I look at it.
That's again why I like the idea of this. That's why I like the idea of Reverb Nation, because that way we're not reaching out to people and saying, "Oh, please come on our show." It's what people have to pick it and choose it. And so I get your point. They have to pay in order to apply for the campaign on Reverb Nations. I think, don't they? I don't know
I
either.
didn't look at it.
I know Reverb Nation has pay plans, but I think that's
Yeah,
for,
I don't know what it is, because I know we don't pay for John's River.
No,
We
you-
can,
or
and
maybe-
I think you just get different things.
maybe you pay for, because Reverb Nation also has that where you can pay to have your songs tested in the market.
Oh, yeah, that's right, so the thing, yeah, you can say you need 60 people or 100 people or
So I
whatever.
don't know, maybe if you want to smoke.
Counts out.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Really, congratulations. That's awesome.
I was winding down, and then I'm okay, I was winding down. Okay.
Seems like she's struggling. Remember when she brought up, she talked about that's exactly what she did, exactly why. Every single one of them that is on the label, performing on a national level, they're all pretty promised. And it's not to say that anything other than that's what they're made to be. They're forced to be that way. They're pushing to that mentality by the label. Yeah, try to, and that's the thing is the record labels. Once you have a gold record on that, they ride that. They ride that wave until it's dead. And when the wave stops, they stop you. Yeah, so it's like the culture needs to change. And I can't let any of those type of artists on because they will change our culture. Unfortunately, because they'll bring people with them to our shows and listen to all because it's so hard to explain the way I see it. But that's the best I can explain. Is that we're creating something from the ground up that's new. It's never been done before. This is a new version of radio, but it's a different way of looking at it. So this is groundbreaking, but it hasn't been discovered yet. I don't want it to be discovered. I want it to be. I want to fill out San Diego and say, hey, we nailed down how this works.
Yeah.
And I don't want it to be discovered. That's why I don't want to bring on bands that are famous. We don't want it to stay. We want to keep focusing on local. We don't want to talk to the big acts. Let's like local say the breakup. You know who he is? Yeah. We actually he was on our show. He's going to be on the show from the scene program. We just recorded it on Thursday. Yeah. But he's a local artist who made it big. And he's still a local band. And he still writes good stuff. He's the type of guy I want that on because he's humble. People need to know music. People need to talk. He made it big. He knows what it's like out there. He knows how to tell people, you don't need to do this. You don't need to do that. And that's the education I love that we're providing people. Is that we're showing them, yeah, DIY works and you can do it. And the BJ when it broke in, I'm like, hey, DIY doesn't mean doing it all yourself. It means doing it without money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're doing the same thing. That's basically your
That's the naivete that I bring on this. Being naive to all that. Nope. Most local musicians, they don't know what it really means. They don't have any resources out there. For an artist to go, okay, how do I do this? How do I do that? Like, if you Google how do I get on the radio, you're looking at magazines that are talking about these rich, expensive studios and label artists and stuff like that. It's like, no, that's not how you do it. There's other ways. There's a million different ways to get known and to get out there. So, but anyway, I'm just preaching to the choir. But she's definitely a rock star. Yeah, there was some good episode with her, so it's fun.
I'm like, what is he gonna do this year? She's like, well, you whatever you ask me. I'm like,
Wait, what?
we're fam. Like she was over last year for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And then, so this year I'm like, do you have plans? You want to come over? She's like, I'm going to ask me to come over on holiday.
Oh my
I'm like,
god.
girl, you can just invite yourself and be here on
Oh.
Christmas Eve. We're making a turkey, girl. Ain't no thing.
Mm-mm.
I'm like, you see the way we roll. We're like, not exactly like
Yeah.
a formal family here. We're not the Rockefellers, lady.
Yeah. Who are these people?
Who are these people? This is John's biological father and his uncle.
Mhm.
That's John's brother Todd and Philip and his baby,
Oh.
his son. That's Philip and his now wife.
Oh.
This is John and his dad Larry, who passed.
Oh my god, that's John. How old was he then?
Well, Philip he was under 30.
Was that here?
No. And that's Philip and that's his brother, John's brother. They're like 10 years.
When
11
he
years.
really got in shape.
Oh, he was like in the, he was, what did he used to do? He used to do those weird ass diets and run like 20 miles. And, like, he did all kinds of weird shit when he was a kid. Oh, that's John's, well, that's the wedding.
Yeah. Cool.
There's John's mom, his biological dad, and his step.
I was just looking, I didn't recognize anybody in those pictures.
I
That's
know.
weird.
I didn't either.
No,
Anyway,
I didn't
Now you can
recognize
see it.
John either.
oh, hair, no hair.
No hair, and I mean, I recognize the face now, but the body, like, being overweight.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah.
What time is it?
I don't know, 5?
4:30. Yeah.
4:30.
Closing it up.
All right, we're done.
Done.
Dun, dun, dun.
Done. 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 Done.
Yeah, boy. All right, well, you know.
Thank you again for hosting another wonderful recording session. Do you listen to the end of the episodes at all?
Yes, on occasion. I listened to, what was I listening to? Yesterday I listened to 2. I listened to Hocus and I listened to
Craig Shannon?
Craig Shannon, yeah.
Was I do a thank you to you in every episode?
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I do the thank yous at the end of it. And mention you, mention Tyler, mention the band.
Aw, thanks.
So you can go ahead and pull those up. Just pull them straight out into the hallway, or just whatever you want to do. If it'll go.
This will. These will. Those will.
Okay. I'll move the ottoman here in a second.
Whatever.
Oh my god.
Alrighty.
I think this is the most work I've ever done in my life that I actually enjoy doing, this physical labor.
How are you feeling?
I have been having some pretty bad pain days lately. Yeah. Oh shoot, I forgot to shut down. We haven't shut down the live feed yet. Yeah, nobody's watching.
Hi,